of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Countdown to Tip-Off here at Minneapolis High School, getting ready for a doubleheader of Trojan basketball here on KINA. Countdown to Tip-Off brought to you by our friends at L&L Advisors with 3 locations, 2 in Saline and 1 in McPherson. On the guys' side of this contest tonight, it's an NCAA battle out of the basement for Minneapolis and southeast of Saline. The only team right now buffering them in the lower level is Republic County. Southeast of Saline comes in with a 2-4 record. Minneapolis comes in with a 1-6 record. For southeast of Saline, you can look at their record and say, well, 2-4, that's not bad considering all 4 losses so far for southeast of Saline have been to ranked opponents in the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association. But when you look at their last game, it was a disaster at home before break against Sacred Heart, 60-36. It was a 2-point game midway through the second quarter. Then all of a sudden Sacred Heart took off and southeast of Saline could not do anything about it on their way to a 24-point loss. We'll see if Bryson Flax and the guys can rebound tonight against a very good Minneapolis team, a very young Minneapolis team here at home at the Lions Den. On the girls' side, boy, there are tons of storylines when you come into this game. First of all, Minneapolis, they're undefeated this year. They're 7-0. They come in unblemished so far in this year's campaign. Southeast of Saline, they're 4-2. Just like the guys for southeast of Saline, those 2 losses for the girls, they're both to state-ranked opponents. Both of these teams, Minneapolis and southeast of Saline on the girls' side, undefeated in NCAA play. When you rewind to this game 1 year ago, it broke a 28-game winning streak for southeast of Saline as Minneapolis was able to defeat them on the campus of SES by 6 points and broke that huge league winning streak of 28 games. But southeast of Saline got their revenge right here in Minneapolis later in the season, winning by 6. That's right, both these games last year on the girls' side were 6-point affairs. Minneapolis winning the first, southeast of Saline winning the second. The last contest for both of these teams, both came against Sacred Heart. More recently for Minneapolis, Minneapolis beat Sacred Heart on Tuesday night of this week on the 2nd, 53-39. Southeast of Saline beat Sacred Heart before the holiday break, 35-25. This will be an interesting game. When we come back, we'll have starting lineups for you. We'll also bring in Tyler Smith and get ready for a doubleheader of Southeast of Saline basketball right here on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach right off Crawford and in the Central Mall Salina and downtown McPherson. Based on honest. Contact L&L Advisors today.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the southeast of Saline Trojans.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
The Trojans are experts in precision passes, and Everhart Precision Ag are your experts in grid soil sampling. Everhart Precision Ag does all the sampling and data analysis in-house, keeping it local and close to the farm. They're also your local channel seedsman, selling all seeds with an emphasis in corn and soybeans. Trust Matt Everhart and Lane Hensley at Everhart Precision Ag, serving Saline, Dickinson, McPherson, and Ottawa counties, and also supporting southeast of Saline Trojans. For more information, visit everhartprecision.com.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Saline Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at SalinePainClinic.org.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Back here at Minneapolis High School, Devin Haney along with Tyler Smith. Brian Dinnup getting ready to provide live stream video. You can log on right now. Just access that via the Salina Post, and that is free of charge tonight. Brought to you by our friends at Assyria Oil and Hardware. Boy, Tyler, here we go. 2024, the calendar has changed already, and we get to start off with just a banger of a girls' game here. Southeast of Saline and Minneapolis. There are so many just kind of undertoned stories in this game. First and foremost, it doesn't matter when these two teams get together what their records are, what the point of the season is, anything like that. These are always really, really good games. They're scrappy games. They're just kind of dirty enough and unfundamental enough at times that it's entertaining to watch, but yet there's some really good basketball within that too. These are two very similar teams. They love to lean on their defense, see what their defense produces as far as offense, and these are always fun games to watch.
They really are, and I think we've said this over the years. Their lineage, just like looking at the ages of their players, they kind of come up at different times, and Coach Brian Weatherman and Coach Shauna Smith, they both just kind of coach the same way. Like, they want nasty, nasty defense, and that leads to easy offense. And we've seen this Minneapolis team blossom, and they're kind of at a different stage of their ages, right? Like, they've got some big-time seniors, but they've also got some juniors, some sophomores that contribute a lot. But there's always some underlying things going on at these games. It doesn't matter if you go back 5, 6, 7 years and maybe Southeast Saline and Minneapolis weren't as great, they would still have battles. It would be a battle with these two, and they would always battle other teams. It's such a battle. And now these two, they're the cream of the crop of the NCAA right now. And, I think you can say in 3A, like this, there's a lot of eyes on this game tonight just with 3A to see, is Minneapolis for real? Are they the real deal? Which, I mean, all points say yes. But how are they going to compete against, a perennial power like Southeast of Saline?
Minneapolis comes in. They're 7-0. They're 3-0 atop the NCAA. Southeast of Saline 2-0, a half a game back in the NCAA. They're 4-2, and both of those losses are against state-ranked opponents so far in the first 6 games. Let's look at this Lady Trojan team a little bit more in depth. You hope 6 games in, you're not quite a quarter of the way through the season, right? But now things are going to come at you pretty fast, and that's weird to say because a week from tonight we don't have a game. But then we're getting ready for the Sterling tournament, and things are going to start rattling off pretty quick. All of a sudden, we'll be at the end of February, and Sub-State will be staring us in the face. What do you think the Southeast of Saline team is right now? We always talk about the big three with the 3 seniors, with Harris, Jacobson, Potacek. In their sidecar there is Abba Pearson. After that, though, I think it was all about building depth, right? What do you think this team is right now?
Well, I think, always putting the teacher's hat on. As a teacher myself, you look at right now your midterm reports, if you will, your semester grades. You got a solid B right now. It's not an A. You're not 6-0. You're not flying high. You're 4-2. Your losses, like you said, are against really tough, a 3A and a 2A, state competitive team, a state-ranked team. There's things that you love to see, but at some point you've got to get scoring from somebody else other than these big 3. We've seen flashes from Sutton Douglas. We've seen flashes from the freshman Reagan Duran. We've seen Abigail Pearson just kind of do those dirty things. But at some point you've got to get a chunk of scoring from some of those on certain nights, because scouting reports are, these scouting reports coming into the season are the same as they looked at right now. You contain one of those big 3 and things will probably go your way. And I think that's what you want to see from here on out, is somebody else. It's either Sutton or it's Reagan or it's Abigail or it's somebody we're not even talking about. Kind of go off for a splash. Go off, get yourself in double figures, help out the others with the scoring, and then you can see what kind of happens and how it progresses. But defensively, really liking what you see from Southeast Saline. We're seeing some different looks. And I think tonight things could get a little bit wacky with the things they do in a good way. They're going to, throw some different looks to try to slow this Minneapolis offense down.
You may look at this game and say Minneapolis is the undefeated team. They're playing on their home floor. They should be the favorites. Southeast of Saline, I think, has played the tougher schedule up until this point, though. And again, another underlying story in this game, it was a 28-game winning streak in league play the Southeast of Saline had at this point just 1 year ago, almost exactly to the day. And Minneapolis came into Southeast of Saline and broke that streak at 28 games with a 6-point win against the Lady Trojans from Southeast of Saline. For Southeast of Saline, that broke the streak of, like I said, 28 games, but it also was just a dominant run they had through the NCAA. Southeast, though, was able to rebound and come back here in this gym at Minneapolis and defeat the Lions by, again, a 6-point margin. They lost by 6. They won by 6. That was on February 9th. I think it's too early to say the league will be determined tonight in this game. There's no doubt about that. But this is a game that it's kind of like, who's going to get the one-upper here? Who's going to have their first league loss?
Yeah, this is like that dominance factor, like we are the big dogs in this league. And tonight's completely the game. And I'll never forget, a year ago, when Minneapolis won at the Purple Palace, you could just see in Coach Brian Weatherman's face and his emotions, like he understood how big that win was, and that whole team understood it. And nothing's changed, 365 days later, it's the same target on Southeast of Saline's back. Minneapolis knows exactly what they need to do, and now the target's kind of changed. I mean, they're the undefeated team. They're the team that's coming in with, all the hoopla. It's kind of fun to talk about a Southeast Saline team maybe being kind of the team that's not talked about as much. And I know that Shauna Smith loves that underdog role, and I know that's what she's kind of been telling her players, you're the underdogs, but you're still the big dogs in this league. So it's kind of fun. It's a fun matchup. Like you're saying, all the underlying little games that we like to talk about, they're all in effect tonight.
This may be the first big hurdle that Minneapolis has to get over. This is a team on a redemption tour. They went 15-6 a year ago. They were 15-5 through the regular season. An outstanding record when you figure one of those losses was to Southeast of Saline, who won the league. They finished the regular season at 15-5. They host a sub-state game, and they stub their toe in the first round, and they lose. You can bet this Minneapolis squad wants to come out. They want to have redemption for that season a year ago, and so far they have done their part. Off to a 7-0 start and 3-0 in NCAA play. The last team that both of these teams have played was Sacred Heart. Southeast of Saline beat Sacred Heart before the holiday break, 35-25. Minneapolis just on Tuesday night, January 2nd, beat Sacred Heart 53-39 in Salina. Other NCAA games tonight, these have not been postponed or canceled to my knowledge. Sacred Heart is in Hayes to play TMP. Beloit is in Hoisington to play the Cardinals, and Ellsworth hooks up with Republic County in Belleville. We are about 2.5 minutes away from the tip of this one. We'll take a 1-minute break, come back, we'll have starters for you, and the start of this game, Southeast of Saline in Minneapolis, right here on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and in the Central Mall, Salina, and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
You're telling me your driver turns you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor's running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina. You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back here at Minneapolis High School, we're in the Lions Den, ready to go here, Southeast of Saline on the road to play the Lions of Minneapolis. Let's go over starting lineups for you first. For the host team, Minneapolis Lions, they are directed by Brian Weatherman. one of the elder statesmen, with all due respect, in the NCAA in his 16th season coaching the Lions here in Minneapolis. And they will put out a starting lineup that is very, very familiar. It will start with Macy McClure. Macy McClure, a junior, 5'6". She averages over 9 points a game. She also is the leading rebounder on this team. With her on the boards with a lot of help is senior Micah Deronay. She's a 5'9" senior. Micah averages 10.5 points per game, and right there in the rebound hunt along with McClure. The backcourt looks like this. Brady Weatherman is in the starting lineup. Weatherman, a 5'4" junior. She averages 9 points a game. Maggie Shoup, also in the starting lineup. She is a 5'7" senior, and Maggie Shoup is averaging 10.7 points a game by a narrow margin. She's the leading scorer on this Minneapolis squad. And rounding out the starting five, Josie Schrader. Schrader is a 5'4" junior. She averages 8 points a game. So you have 5 starters on this Minneapolis squad. They average 9.1, 10.3, 9.0, 10.7, and 8.0. You can see right there why they are a hard team to guard. For the Southeast of Saline Lady Trojans, under the direction of head coach Shauna Smith in her 8th season, they will start 3 seniors, led by Brielle Potachik, a 5'4" senior, averaging 7.5 points per game, also 2 rebounds and 2 assists. With her is Maddie Harris in the backcourt, a 5'6" senior. Maddie leads the team in assists at 3.5 dimes per game. She also gets 10 points and 4.5 rebounds. Lexi Jacobson, a 5'4" senior. 5'7" senior, 10 points. Also leading the team in rebounding at almost 11 rebounds per contest. Addison Rohr, the lone junior in the starting lineup at 5'7". She averages 3 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist per game. And the 5'7" sophomore, Abba Pearson, 6.5 points, 4 rebounds per contest. Shauna Smith is assisted by Steve Reedy and Julie Lund. Southeast of Saline will be wearing their road purples. Minneapolis here at home in their home whites trimmed in blue and red. Tyler Smith, my friend, your new image audio, keys to success to start the new year on the right foot for Southeast of Saline.
Well, you talked about it earlier. I mean, Minneapolis has already played a game in this, after the Christmas break. They played Sacred Heart on Tuesday night. And they got the lungs ready, right? It's all about what happens in this first quarter. You just got to survive the first quarter. Minneapolis wants to run. They want to full court press you. They want to make, they want to make this game as fast. They want to give themselves as many offensive opportunities as possible. So I think tonight it goes down to when we've seen Southeast be successful. It's about controlling the pace. It's about Maddie Harris knowing when you're going to push the basketball and Maddie Harris knowing when we want to run offense. Not necessarily that you don't have a scoring opportunity, but you want to make Minneapolis play defense. You want to make them work on the defensive side and not just sprint out on offensive opportunities. This is a game that if Southeast Saline is going to be successful, you got to control the basketball, control the pace, and go to work. It's going to be a fun night here in the Lions Den of Minneapolis.
Knowing the past of this game, and one thing that just kind of sticks in my weird little brain, this game is also about turnovers, isn't it? I mean, the turnover count, it seems like, can get lopsided in this game, and whoever loses that battle loses the game.
No, you're exactly right, and I think that's because we see these teams play such similar styles of basketball. I mean, you're not going to, if a player's not given 100% on that basketball court, Shauna Smith or Brian Weatherman will take them off immediately, and that causes turnovers because they're playing defense to the max, and that's what this game's all about. And you're going to see 2 teams going after on the defensive side, looking to get runouts. But again, that's where you got to control the pace. It's a depth issue. We talked about the scoring that Minneapolis has. Their 5 starters, together average close to 50 points a game. I mean, that's something you got to control. You got to attack the basket, see if you get somebody in foul trouble, really control the flow of the game.
Jacobson and Shoup enter the center circle on the Lions logo here at center court. We are ready to go. First game of 2024 for Southeast of Saline. It's the second outing for Minneapolis after a big victory on Tuesday night to start the new year. Brielle Potachik has it on the left-hand side after being dealt by Harris. Now she'll go back and get it back on the left side. Skip pass over the top of everything. Finds Abba Pearson on the right wing. Zone defense being played here by Minneapolis. Jacobson takes a bounce inside, puts the shot up from 12 and gets it to go. Good start by Lexi Jacobson in the middle of that zone.
Yeah, great composure from Jacobson. Ball fake, goes, settles herself. Nice little 10-footer for the senior Jacobson.
Minneapolis has it on their offensive end. Working it around the perimeter. Schrader has it up top. She goes left-hand side now to Weatherman. Weatherman back to Schrader, now right-hand side to McClure. Back to Weatherman up top. Almost every single one of these guards, and even a couple of the interior players from Minneapolis, can be a threat to shoot that three-pointer. They're going to whistle a traveling violation in the first turnover of the game on Josie Schrader for the Lions.
Yeah, Schrader right there just kind of got caught up a little bit. She wanted to go really quick. It looked like Coach Smith immediately was like, hey, that looks like a travel. Got the late whistle, but a good call from the officials.
Full court pressure here by Minneapolis. We expect to see that. They love to defend. Sideline to sideline, baseline to baseline. Southeast breaks it. Secondary shot by Potacek for 3. Left-hand side, that's no good. Jacobson will muscle out the rebound. Back over left to Brielle. She's passing it up now this time after the miss here early. 6:45 left to go. We're just underway here in Minneapolis. Southeast of Saline with the basketball and a 2-0 lead. High post once again to Jacobson. Back out to Potacek. Over now to Harris, who comes back middle of the floor. Right-hand side to Pearson. She wants to drive. Gets hand check. That doesn't bother her until she shoots. It's a little strong. Pearson gets her own rebound, and now a foul called inside against Minneapolis.
And Evan, you're seeing it right now. Only 90 seconds into the game, just how much possession Southeast has had. You want to make Minneapolis play. When you talk about how many scores you have in double figures for Minneapolis, they want to score. So you want to get Minneapolis going, and you want to make them play a lot of defense.
First foul of the game belongs to Brady Weatherman. Here's a three-pointer on the right-hand side. A Minneapolis player hit the floor along with Lexi Jacobson. As those two get tangled up, it looks as if maybe the Minneapolis player ran through a screen. That was Macy McClure, and she will get the foul. So 2 quick team fouls here against the Lions. Here's Potacek, elbow jumper off the inbounds, and it rolls home. Brielle Potacek with a 2 to start this game. 4-0 Southeast. Southeast retreating back to defense in a man-to-man set. Schrader has it up top. She's going to drive into the paint, and a reaching foul will be called here. It's a shooting foul, I do believe, for Minneapolis. They will get free throws out of the first foul of the game on Southeast of Saline. It belongs to Brielle Potacek.
Yeah, and Schrader right there, the lefty, did a great job just catching that ball in the elbow, going to the left side, and it looks like Lexi kind of got, wrong-sided on her, commits the foul, sends Schrader to the free throw line for 2.
Josie Schrader, the lefty, makes the first free throw. And our first substitution of the game belongs to Minneapolis. Coach Weatherman will keep these girls going in and out. He is definitely an active subber. Raylan Robinson checks in. Here's another free throw up and good for Minneapolis. 2 free throws by Schrader. Southeast gets it across the line. Playing it to the left. Now Harris will bring it back center of the floor. Here's a shot put up by the Lady Trojans. That's no good. Rebound Minneapolis. 4-2, Southeast of Saline leading. 5:45 left to play here in the first quarter. They tried a lob pass inside for Deronay. She cannot handle it, and it goes out of bounds on the baseline. Second turnover for Minneapolis.
And you're seeing, despite Minneapolis' pace trying to get down the court, just great help side defense from Abigail Pearson, just back there on the help side. She's there in case Deronay makes the catch. She's there. Really tough entry pass opportunity. The ball goes to Southeast of Saline.
Shauna Smith will go to her bench here early on. She'll bring in freshman Reagan Duran. Sophomore Sutton Douglas. They check in for Rohr and Potacek. Duran has it on the left wing. Now to Harris. One-handed pass. Tried to get it down inside. Down low to Douglas, and that's going to be a turnover for Southeast. Here comes Minneapolis racing back the other way with it. McClure stopped on the right wing. Now she's looking for help. She'll play it around the perimeter. Robinson. Now a pass slapped out of bounds by Jacobson, who seems to be very active here early on.
Yeah, again, she's on the front side of Deronay, so every pass that gets to Deronay has to get somehow through Lexi. The height advantage goes to Deronay, but the athleticism advantage completely to number 30 for Southeast Saline. Lexi can jump through the roof. Great defensive play right there from Lexi.
Weatherman back into the game. She'll give Josie Schrader her first break for Minneapolis. Lady Lions have the ball almost 3 minutes into this first quarter. 4-2, SES leading. Here's a little head and shoulder fake. Now rim, and it's going to be a score. First bench points for Minneapolis from Raylan Robinson. 4-4 is our score. Still full court pressure here by Minneapolis. I don't see them really backing off of that too much. And now a 10 count will be called here against Southeast of Saline for their second turnover.
Yeah, and as much as you hate that 10 count, a dead ball turnover is much better than a live ball turnover. We talk about how that press all of a sudden leads to easy layups. A dead ball turnover, you can now at least set your defense up. Nobody's happy with the turnover at any time. That kind of changes momentum. But any way that you can look at this positively is it makes them run some offense.
Now a foul on Southeast of Saline as a drive to the basket by Macy McClure is answered with a foul. They will call this foul on the floor. Question for you on that 10 count. We always talk about the point guard on this team. It's Harris 1A, Potacek 1B. Brielle came out. She's on the bench. Could that be the reason why that?
Yeah, without a doubt. We saw how there was not a lot of struggles as we see right there. Weatherman hits the 3. not a lot of problems breaking the press when you have your starting 5 out there. You start bringing in new pieces, and it just kind of changes the way you beat a press.
Reagan Duran got it across the timeline. Now she's going to lose the basketball. 3 consecutive turnovers by Southeast of Saline, but now Abba Pearson takes it right back. Both teams now have 3 turnovers. It's a 7-0 run here for Minneapolis after they trailed early 4-0. They lead it by 3. Southeast of Saline with the basketball. Douglas high post. Harris looks at her, now dribbles back the other way to Pearson. Inside, Douglas, she wants to drive, leaves it off for Addison Rohr, and Addison had it stripped away via a jump ball. They're going to go to the table on this one and give it to Minneapolis. So 4 straight turnovers for Southeast.
When I love that entry pass, and I love that Sutton's got that there. I think as Sutton matures, she'll know just to take that extra dribble and just go up strong herself and not give that pass to Addison Rohr. We love to see Sutton Douglas on that left side just be strong and go up.
Now a traveling violation against Minneapolis.
And a great defensive position from Abigail Pearson creates that travel. That could have easily been a charge going the other way. The official decided to give the travel. The feet kind of shuffled a little bit, but just it's Abigail standing her ground, making a really, really tough decision for the Minneapolis player and deciding what to do.
Freshman Bailey Randall hurt into the game for Minneapolis. 3:43 to go. Boy, they're really getting after Harris here, who needs some help, and now she is going to get a foul.
Yeah, and I think it's a really good call. They're going to call Maggie Shoup with the block right there. It looked like they had a trap set up. Maddie Harris is as difficult to trap as anybody that there is in high school basketball. She kind of wiggles out of it, and Maddie Shoup just kind of got caught in a bad spot and gets called for a foul. I thought it was a really good call from the opposite side official.
Good officiating there. Maggie Shoup with the foul, her first. 3rd team foul for Minneapolis. Potachik's back in. She's in there with Harris, Douglas, Rohr, and Jacobson for Southeast of Saline. A little bit of a drought here after leading 4-0. It's 7-4. Minneapolis. Here's a bounce. Jacobson inside for Rohr. What a great move. Can't get the shot to go down. Jacobson with the cleanup on the backside. Now she is fouled and will visit the free throw line.
Yeah, and I think it's number 2 on Weatherman, which is going to be big for Minneapolis. But really good ball movement down there in the paint, and it looks like Jacobson goes up. Great offensive rebound. Gets up. Addison just misses that off the glass. Lexi's got 2 free throws.
First free throw left long by Lexi Jacobson. She has 2 points so far in this game. That's her first free throw attempt. She'll get another one coming up here. And you're right, Tyler, that is the second on Brady Weatherman. Also, it puts Minneapolis at the limit for the quarter. They have 4 fouls as Jacobson gets the second free throw to go down. So for the last 3:19 of this quarter, Minneapolis, when they foul, will be putting Southeast at the free throw line. 3:12 left to play. Skip pass over the top of the defense by Minneapolis. Here's a 3-pointer by Schrader, top of the circle. That's no good. Douglas will grab the rebound for Southeast of Saline.
And we continue to see Sutton Douglas just grow. Like the more rebounds she gets, and she just plays so strong down low. Great rebound, rips it down, outlets it. Great job from Sutton.
Here's Jacobson inside. She has a Lion reaching in on her. I believe Josie Schrader will collect this foul. It will be her first. And free throws coming up here, as I spoke about now, for Southeast of Saline. Minneapolis has had the fouls pile up on them here, and kind of see that, though, with this Lions squad. They are very active defensively, and they do take some fouls on.
And they really are. They're super aggressive, and that's where a lot of their successes come from. But at some point, I mean, you have to kind of adjust to the way the game's being officiated. They're calling it really tight early on, and if Minneapolis doesn't continue, if they don't, adjust to what's going on, it's going to be a lot of free throws for Southeast tonight.
Sutton Douglas checks out. Abba Pearson back in. Lexi Jacobson banks both the free throws. She missed her first one. Now she's 3 of 3 on her last 3 attempts, and the game now is tied with the work at the free throw line of Lexi Jacobson. 7-7 is our score.
And we see now the second possession in a row that Southeast is coming in a little bit of a zone, just a little bit of a different look.
Nice put back on a missed shot. Maggie Shoup with the rebound and the stick back on the left-hand side. 9-7. Both teams getting after here defensively. Potachik had Addison Rohr opposite court, though, and it's knocked out of there and taken away by the Lions. Here comes Minneapolis back the other way. Spin move on the block. They'll kick it out to three-point land. Now another steal by Abba Pearson. Up the floor. A squeaky bounce pass from Maddie Harris. That thing had eyeballs on it as went to Lexi Jacobson on the backside. And Lexi now has 5 straight SES points. 9-9 our score. Another nice little mid-lane entry down to the low block. Micah Deronay was coming in and getting her on the pass. That time for Minneapolis was Maggie Shoup. Deronay was fouled by Jacobson, and she'll go to the free throw line.
And, Devin, it seems like we've been talking about these exact same names for the last 2 or 3 years with Minneapolis. You know, a lot of them played as freshmen, you know, sophomores. Now they're juniors and seniors. It's Minneapolis. They're well tested. And Micah Deronay right there. We saw it on the defensive side that kind of led to this, you know, free throw, the foul opportunity. But she's long and super athletic.
Missed the first free throw. Got the second one to go down. Minneapolis now 3 of 4 from the free throw line. They have a 1-point lead. Potacek on the right wing. A long pass broke the press for Southeast of Saline. Pearson drives baseline. She'll stop and pop. That shot a little tough behind the backboard on the angle, and Minneapolis will bring it back the other way. 97 seconds left to go, opening quarter. Again, Minneapolis beat Sacred Heart on Tuesday night. This is the first action of 2024 for Southeast. Loose ball after the rebound. Jacobson hits the deck. They try to lob it into Deronay, and it's going to be taken off the save from going out of bounds by Brielle Potacek. Purple back the other way. Left-hand side, Pearson. She takes one dribble to her left. Jump shot. Better rhythm that time. And Abba Pearson drills it from the left-hand side.
And you said it perfectly right there. You could just tell everything was in rhythm. The body was in line. The hands went up correctly. Like, perfect shot from 10 feet from Abigail Pearson.
11-10. These two teams both have had their surge here in the first quarter. Southeast started out 4-0. Minneapolis went on a 7-0 run. And now Southeast of Saline coming back. Here's a steal by Jacobson. 6 turnovers in this opening quarter for Minneapolis, 5 for Southeast of Saline. Harris will walk it up across the timeline. 38 seconds left to go, opening period. She'll be met now. Minneapolis shifts to a man-to-man defense. Harris deals it left to Potacek. Popping up top in the middle of the floor is Rohr. Now to Pearson, right-hand side. Clock down to 25. Pearson goes between her legs, changes directions. Now she'll float to the center of the court. Looking to the right-hand side, she wants Harris. Maddie will come get it. Nearly lost it off her lower leg, but she has it. Those quick hands paying off once again. Clock down to 11 on the logo. Harris looking left. Now goes high post to Rohr. Rohr gives it back to Harris. Quick trigger 3. That won't go. Battle for the rebound. Jacobson's going to tie up. Shoup down low. And it's going to stay with Southeast of Saline with 1.9 seconds remaining.
And we saw in their last baseline inbounds play, a wide open 15-footer for Brielle Potacek. We know that Coach Shauna Smith loves these opportunities, and this is huge with 2 seconds left. You lose the possession in the next quarter, but you get a chance right now for a bucket.
Here's a lob to Jacobson. She catches it, goes back up at the buzzer, and hits the front of the rim and falls out. 11-10. Southeast of Saline has a 1-point advantage after a back-and-forth first period of play. You're listening to Southeast of Saline Lady Trojan Basketball on KINA and watching live stream video on SalinaPost.com, brought to you by Assyria Oil and Hardware.
For a limited time, take advantage of savings on new Case IH specialty utility and all-purpose tractors with 2.5% interest for 84 months or cash back. With easy operation, Case IH tractors deliver the flexibility and durability your operation demands. Hurry in. Offer ends December 31st, 2023. Stop by Can Equip in Salina and set yourself up for greater productivity with a great deal on a Case IH tractor that works as hard as you do.
Citizens State Bank has been serving Kansans for over 100 years. We are a full-service bank that can service your personal, business, and agricultural lending and deposit needs. Citizens State Bank offers 24/7 convenience with mobile deposit, online banking, and our ATM conveniently located in front of the building. Stop by and see our friendly and helpful staff. Citizens State Bank at 600 Maple Street in Gypsum, Kansas. Citizens State Bank and Trust Company is a proud supporter of the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Basketball on KINA.
Boy, a really entertaining first quarter of basketball. Southeast of Saline leads at 11-10. Minneapolis starts the second period with the possession. They go inside the Shoup. One bounce, she turns, puts it up off the backboard, and again, Jacobson there outworking everybody for the rebound.
And that's been huge. Jacobson has almost single-handedly just eliminated second-chance opportunities for Minneapolis so far.
Southeast with a shot inside, lower left block. That won't go. Minneapolis with the rebound. They want to run it back the other way, up the left-hand side of the floor. They'll stop now, play it back to McClure, swing it to the right-hand side, three-pointer on the way. That's no good from Schrader, and another rebound by Southeast of Saline. We've seen a couple of putbacks, one on each end, but for the most part, these two teams doing a pretty good job on the defensive boards.
They are, and I think that's what leads to a lot of success for both these teams. I mean, if you don't give teams second chance opportunities, you're going to have a lot of success in the win column.
Oh, Harris elevated. Looked like she wanted to go up top to Jacobson. Instead goes to Pearson on the opposite side of the floor. Abba can't get it to go again with just a tough angle there at the backboard along the baseline. Here's a shot out of transition by Weatherman. That's no good. Sutton Douglas with another rebound. Shauna Smith's going to give some advice to Maddie Harris here to slow the tempo a little bit.
And I kind of feel like these two are getting more and more on the same page every single game. I mean, I don't think Maddie needs to look over there to understand that she needs to slow things down a little bit, run a little bit of offense, get this Minneapolis team a little bit tired.
Here's Reagan Duran. She's going to drive to the basket, can't get it to go. A ball being slapped around. They're going to say it goes off Sutton Douglas at the last. Minneapolis will have it. That will bring Brielle Patochik and Addison Rohr back into the game. Pearson and Douglas will take a break. Already 90 seconds into this one. Weatherman will take a rest as well. Remember, she's saddled with 2 fouls right now. She'll be replaced by Raylan Robinson, who had 2 first-quarter points.
And this will be interesting. So Abigail Pearson out of the game. She's been a workhorse defensively. She's been at the top of this zone, doing a lot of things. So we'll see now that we have her out of the game.
Here's a three-pointer put up by McClure. No good. Harris with the rebound. She'll bring it herself. Harris up the right-hand side, switches directions, long pass to Patochik. Brielle tried to get it inside to Jacobson, but it smacked right back at her.
Oh, wow.
Now a cross-court pass down low. Addison Rohr, that ball thinks about going in, but falls off the cylinder. And a rebound chased down to the far corner by McClure. Here comes Minneapolis back the other way.
Yeah, and a lot of contact on that Addison Rohr opportunity. No foul called. I like the no foul call, but a lot of contact.
I still thought she was going to get that ball to go in. All the spin on it, but man, it just could not spin its way into the net. Minneapolis has it, trailing by 1. Still looking for our first points of the second quarter, as we are about 2.5 minutes in, and a reaching foul will go against Southeast of Saline for the first foul of the quarter. Reaching foul will go against Maddie Harris. Now she has 2.
It's 2 on Harris. Coach Smith's going to keep her in the basketball game. Good move. I mean, Harris understands that now you got Pearson back into the basketball game, kind of maybe settle things down defensively. Not saying that Minneapolis did anything when she was gone, but she just kind of settles things down.
Lob pass off the inbounds into Shoup. She'll go to Robinson. Robinson shot, takes 3 bounces off the rim, and goes in. 4 points now for Raylan Robinson. She's leading Minneapolis in scoring off the bench. 12-11 our score. Minneapolis leading by 1. Southeast quickly down the floor. A little too sped up, though. Addison Rohr can't get that one to go off the right-hand side. Here comes Minneapolis back the other way. And they lose it. Unforced turnover on the Lions.
And we're seeing it right now. We talked about early on, in our pregame notes. You can beat the press, but you don't always want to beat the press. You want to run some offense, and right now we're seeing a lot of forced quick shots from Southeast of Saline.
30-second timeout. Minneapolis will take it as well. 5:08 left to go here before halftime. Minneapolis with a 1-point lead on KINA.
The Southeast of Saline School District has a long-standing reputation for excellence. This excellence in public education has been a source of great pride and one of the factors contributing to the quality of life in our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation works in partnership with the USD 306 School District and the community that it serves to maximize student potential, thereby creating a lasting legacy, not only for our children, but for our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation salutes the Trojan sports program.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
Live stream video of tonight's contest, free of charge on SalinaPost.com. That's brought to you by Assyria Oil and Hardware. They'll never leave you stranded. Pumps on 24/7 with pay at the pump. Assyria Oil and Hardware. 4:58 left to go here before halftime. Southeast of Saline with the basketball inside Jacobson. She hangs, shoots, gets fouled, and scores. Lexi Jacobson has 9. She's knocking on the doorstep now of double digits with 4:53 left to go in the second quarter.
And Devin, Lexi caught that ball at such a horrible angle. She goes up, draws contact. It looked like midair. She's looking, do I go off the backboard or just go straight in? Lexi absorbs the contact. Strong finish from Lexi. Rewarded with the free throw line.
And Maggie Shoup goes to the Minneapolis bench now with 2 fouls. That is big for the Lions. Here is a rebound off of Jacobson's miss. Pearson inside. Jacobson gets another one.
And Addison Rohr right there did a great job on the free throw miss. She did a good job. She got her hand in there. All of a sudden, loose ball goes to Lexi. Lexi's going to get the credit, but Addison Rohr did a great job creating that opportunity.
Quick spurt here by Southeast of Saline. They had a 4-point trip. They take a 3-point lead, 15-12. Minneapolis spread out along the perimeter. Now instead of Shoup, they have a freshman in the game in Bailey Randall Hurt. She turns it over. Jacobson takes it away. 8 turnovers for Minneapolis. We're approaching the halfway mark of the second quarter. Pearson with it. Free throw line extended on the left wing. She'll come back up top now to Harris. Potacek looking around. Had Rohr down low. Jacobson up top. Ends up on the other side of the floor now. Pearson inside. Jacobson again. They are force-feeding Lexi Jacobson inside, and she is responding.
They're just moving the basketball. This Minneapolis defense, they're getting back after that full court press. They're trying to get back in the zone. They're trying to follow the basketball. This basketball's moving too fast for them. Lexi's finding open spots, and the Southeast Saline Trojans are finding Lexi in great opportunities.
17-12. Minneapolis gets the ball inside to Micah Darnay, and she is suffocated with this Lady Trojan defense. She will travel and give it right back to Southeast.
And we're seeing a lot of tired legs. You know, we talked about the first quarter, and we talked about kind of that first win, that first breath that you have to take. Right now, it's Minneapolis that's struggling. Did you see Coach Brian Weatherman's calling the press off? He doesn't want to see his players run up and down this court anymore.
Still staying in the zone, but going half court this time. Southeast looking to dissect. Skip pass over the top. Potacek open momentarily, but then she had Shoup right in front of her, who is back into the game. Potacek again with it. Bounce passes into a triple team to Jacobson. Lexi plays it back out to Harris. Harris, a little jump pass there out to Potacek. Three-pointer on the way. Strong bounce to the weak side, and it's going to be taken in by Macy McClure. She is going full speed back the other way for the Lions. 3:05 left to go, 17-12. Southeast leads it by 5. Short corner. Here's Shoup. She takes a 360, now passes back out to Weatherman. Those two were on the bench during that run by Southeast. They are quickly back in the game. Here's Shoup inside, and a foul will be called against Southeast of Saline. It's the second one of the quarter.
Yeah, it looks like Rohr got called for that one. Shoup was just so difficult to handle down there. She can do a lot of things. She's quick, she's big, she's strong. Right there, just a nice little move. She's going up to make the pass. Looked like Addison got her with the body.
Minneapolis set to run some baseline offense here. They get it in. It's Weatherman up top. She's going to float to the right-hand side now, play it into Shoup. Back to the basket. She's going to turn. Little baby hook, won't go. Addison Rohr, well defended that time by Rohr. She also collects the rebound. Here comes Harris back the other way from left to right. Potacek along the baseline. Gets a better passing angle. She goes to Jacobson. Now out to Abba Pearson for a 3. That ball on the floor. Addison Rohr kind of rolled it back in. And they just let them play through that. Minneapolis picks it up, and they bring it back the other way.
Yeah, clearly looked like the ball was on the baseline. I don't know who it was off of it. The officials say let it go, and let's keep playing basketball.
Here's Robinson for 3, and that's going to splash home. She has been their best offensive player tonight. She has 7 of their 15 points. Makes this a 2-point game. Jacobson trying to quick twitch down low to Rohr. That's going to be slapped out of bounds by McClure. It will stay here with Southeast of Saline. Sutton Douglas back into the game. She'll replace Addison Rohr. Also out of the contest will be Weatherman and Randall Hurt for Minneapolis. Inside 2 minutes left to go before halftime. We'll catch up with Bryson Flax at the break. Here is Maddie Harris for 3, and she answers Minneapolis's tray with one of her own. First basket of the night for Harris.
And only on her second shot. I mean, Maddie Harris has been so efficient with her shooting right there. She hasn't forced anything yet. Just another great baseline inbounds play from Coach Shauna Smith and her Trojans.
Robinson with a big ball fake there. She's going to swallow it, though. Darnay got away with a travel. Now she steps on the baseline. 10 turnovers in the half for Minneapolis. They have committed 4 here in this quarter. And Southeast of Saline will get the basketball back, leading by 5, 90 seconds left to play.
And right now, it's the composure, right? You're just seeing a little bit more composure from Southeast. It's only a 5-point lead, but it just seems like they're not rushing anything. When the offense is slowed down, you move the basketball around. That's when they're going to be successful. And they might take as much time as they can right now of this 90 seconds when this possession started. As I say that, a turnover from Pearson.
Pearson with a bad pass inside, double team inside. Darnay took it away. 6 turnovers for Southeast. Here's Minneapolis now. Looked like they got away with a walk on the right-hand side.
Whoa.
Instead, there's going to be was going to say there was going to be a travel and a shot put up, but then the baseline official said he'd finally seen enough of that. Just too much movement of the feet inside.
Yeah, there was, and we've seen this official now twice make calls from the other side of the court, which have benefited Southeast Saline. That's not why I'm saying they're good calls, but they've been good calls. They've been what we've seen with our eyes, and he's seen them from not being in the spot, but he's making the calls. It's good when all officials are on the same page and they're able to do that.
46 seconds left to play. Southeast may elect to play for the last shot here. They want a minimum of a 5-point lead going into the locker room here at halftime. Clock down to 35, 20-15. Southeast of Saline trying to push that to more. Harris with it up top. Pearson with it. She's going to take a couple of dribbles. Clock down to 23. Potacek running baseline. She shows up on the left wing. Now skip pass over the top to Pearson. Clock down to 15. Now to Harris. Heels near the timeline, standing on the logo. Clock down to 10. Maddie starts to go left-hand side. Now wants to come back to the middle of the floor to Potacek. Clock down to 5. Pearson has it. Skip pass over the top. Brill.
No, that's not a foul.
At the buzzer, and a foul will be called here as a Minneapolis and a Southeast of Saline player ran into each other. They're going to call it on Sutton Douglas.
Well, it looked like Sutton right there, and I apologize for interrupting you right there with your play-by-play. Sutton was set super early. Defender ran into her, had no idea where Sutton was positioned. Really tough call for Southeast Saline.
And a desperation shot at the buzzer goes unanswered, and Southeast of Saline with a big second quarter takes a 20-15 lead into the locker room at halftime. Let's go back to that play because, as you said, Douglas was set super early. Just because you win the collision doesn't mean you get the foul, right?
Yeah, and that's going to be a problem that I think Sutton's going to have, as her career continues, because she's such a strong player, such a heady player. She knows where to be. She gets a place at the right time. Right there, unfortunately, gets stuck with the foul.
20-15, Lady Trojans lead here at the break. Brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. When we come back, catch up with Bryson Flack, see what's been on his mind over the holiday break, and see what the Trojans of Southeast of Saline are up to. It's a 5-point lead for the ladies here at the break on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials. Great. And let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Hi, everyone. It's Winnell Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com. It's a new Trojan basketball season, and our coaches have devised a solid game plan. Just like basketball, to reach your goals in the real estate game, we need to have a dynamic game plan. I enjoy working with many of our Trojan supporters in all aspects of real estate. Upsizing, downsizing, investments, town or country. One call to me, and we will get your personalized game plan ready to win. Go Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell at SalinaHomes.com.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Welcome back here to Minneapolis. Halftime of the girls contest, 20-15. Our score, Southeast of Saline out in front. As we look ahead to the second game of our doubleheader tonight, of course, it'll be the guys' turn. Southeast of Saline taking on Minneapolis. Head coach Bryson Flax joins us now. I love this conversation this time of year because you have 6 games in the book. You get to kind of hit the reset a little bit. It's nothing like what it used to be where you can almost practice at will sometimes, and you have practice on every day but Christmas Day. But you do get to get some work in, kind of take a pause and step back a little bit. As we've seen in the past, this has benefited some of the football guys that just kind of flow from football right into basketball. How'd your break go for you in the Trojans?
Yeah, it was good. I think it was a much-needed, break for us. But once we got back in the gym on the 29th, I thought our practices after break have been far, far better than our practices before break. And so hopefully, during that time off that they got, hopefully they, relaxed a little bit, got rejuvenated, and are ready to make a push.
To me, there's two sides of the first 6 games that you had. You can sit there and someone can easily say, well, they're 2-4, but those 4 losses are all to state-ranked teams. Yes, that is true. But I think the way that you finished the Sacred Heart game is really just can be a negative for you if you're not able to overcome that. What are your thoughts on that, and how much of that talk was amongst the team?
Yeah, well, first of all, the 4 games we lost, the 4 teams that have beat us are 27-0.
Yeah.
And so we're not, out here giving away games that we need to be, or we should be winning, I guess. We knew coming in this was going to be a process, and we're just trying to take the right steps. Now, Sacred Heart, I compared that a lot to what we did to teams last year, right?
Yeah.
We take their best shot, or they took our best shot, kind of wore us down, and then when things got away from us, they smelled blood in the water and they came after us, and we gotta be better. I thought we did some good things, especially early. The thing that really bothered me was, I thought we were real soft. I thought we didn't get after, 50-50 balls again and stuff like that. Stuff that, you shouldn't coach. That should just, that's a culture thing. But I told him, if you didn't leave the gym, that night, embarrassed to some extent, we're not the same. You know what I mean? And we're just, as competitors, you should feel a little bit embarrassed after games like that, because, again, I can't sit here and nobody can convince me that we're 30 points worse than them. But I'll tell you, we were the other night, and it's just a lot of it has to do with taking care of the basketball, live ball turnovers. When you're tired, you got to push through. You just have to push through when you're tired. Things can't go downhill and get sloppy.
6 games in, we're about a quarter of the way into the season if you get some extra games on the back end. But this thing's going to start coming at you fast, too. And as Tyler and I talked about, it seems weird to say that when we don't have a game a week from tonight, but things will start rapidly moving at you. What's a couple of things that you guys really want to focus on when you get back on the floor here tonight?
I think we're not scoring the ball very efficiently, and part due to shot selection, part due to really just not hitting shots. So I'd like to see some shots go in early, maybe get a little momentum. I thought we shot it really well over breaks. But we got to do that. We have to defend at a higher level. After the Beloit game, I left the gym thinking we could be really, really good, and then we kind of went downhill the next 3, and so all around we have to pick it up offensively, defensively. We still have to go after every rebound and do the little things that you have to do to compete when you're, outmanned a lot of the nights.
This is a Minneapolis team. I always look at them as a dangerous team because their record isn't very good, but yet they're a team that will come out and they will give you all the effort in the world. They're a young team again this year. What do you know about the Lions?
Well, I've only seen them 3 times. In all 3 games, I was thoroughly impressed with how hard they play.
Yeah.
There's no secret that they're outmatched in the majority of the games. But they really come out and they play really, really hard, and that's credit to John Darrow, how, teams that are losing games and have been losing games for a couple seasons, it's easy to quit on plays, and then, things spiral downhill when you start quitting on plays, and they've done a pretty good job of continuing to stay locked in and get after what they're doing. The Just kid is pretty good. He can score. Outside of that, it still runs through him.
Yeah.
He can find some people, and then they get offensive rebounds and things like that. So we're going to have to be tough. I want to see a new level of toughness from our group.
Best of luck to you. We'll talk to you after the game.
Thanks, Devin.
Bryson Flax, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. His guys in action coming up in the second game of our doubleheader. Halftime of the girls contest, 20-15. Southeast of Saline leads it. Take a 2-minute break. When we come back, scoring from the first half and third quarter. It's right around the corner, right here on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the southeast of Saline Trojans.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
Troublesome car repair and everyone has told you it cannot be fixed or it's way too expensive? Try McCam Auto Service in Gypsum, Kansas. They do quick, dependable work and provide the lowest hourly rate in the area. McCam Auto will service your vehicle from front to back and everything in between. They treat you and your car like a friend or even family. McCam Service specializes in engine and transmission rebuild. 701 Maple, Gypsum, Kansas. Wouldn't trust anyone else with my family car. So, if your repair seems grim, remember McKim. Give them a call today to make your appointment.
You're telling me your driver turns you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor's running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Devin Haney, Tyler Smith back here. 20-15 our score at halftime. Scoring from the first half, Lexi Jacobson leads the pack. She has a baker's dozen already. 13 points for the senior. Along with her, Maddie Harris with a 3. 2 points for Brielle Potacik. 2 points for Ava Pearson. Southeast of Saline shot 3 of 5 from the free throw line. They committed just 7 turnovers in that first half. Leading the way for Minneapolis, off the bench, Raylan Robinson with 7 points. Minneapolis 3 of 4 from the free throw line in that first half as Brielle Potacik says, hey, don't forget about me. I'm scoring points too. She puts up a three-pointer and drains it. Now she has 5.
And we've seen the Southeast offense just continue to work the ball around so much, and you're almost lulling them to sleep. And right there, you get a little set play for Brielle. Big-time shot from big-time Brielle Potacik.
This game still has a lot of time to go, Tyler, but I think maybe there was a little bit of time in there that Minneapolis did not take full advantage of getting Southeast of Saline sped up, because you touched on it at the end of that second quarter. Southeast now looks extremely comfortable.
Yeah, they do. As you see right there, Brielle's called with the little carry. Tough call from Brielle in the open court with nobody around her. But, yeah, you're exactly right. It's about just patience. We haven't seen a lot of forced shots from Southeast Saline. I think that's what you want to do. You want to make sure there's easy shots, easy opportunities, make this Minneapolis defense work. They're used to getting a lot of quick shots up. Should travel right there. Maybe a makeup call going the other way, Southeast Saline basketball.
2 turnovers, 1 on each team after that Brielle Potacik three-pointer. Senior has 5 in this game now. Full court token pressure this time by Minneapolis. Potacik will bring it across the timeline right in front of the scores table and speed off to the middle of the floor. Harris with a touch pass. Jacobson inside. Addison Rohr will finish. 2 touch passes, and Addison Rohr becomes the 5th Southeast of Saline player to score in this game, and Brian Weatherman has seen enough. 1 minute and 3 seconds into the third quarter. He calls a full timeout, and we will keep it right here. What a great start. A 5-0 start for Southeast of Saline, who now leads it by 10.
And we love to see that finish from Addison Rohr. Addison gets herself in great spots, and a lot of times, she's getting banged. She's down there. She's an undersized post player who just works her tail off right there because of the way the ball moves, the sweet touch passes. Addison finds herself all alone, rewarded just being in the right spot at the right time as she continues to do. Huge bucket for Southeast Saline.
Schedule for Southeast of Saline on Tuesday. They will be back at home to play Clay Center from the NCKL. And then next Friday they will be off. That'll be in preparation for the ever so popular and electric Sterling Invitational Tournament.
Without a doubt. And you talk about, these schedules, they don't change a lot. And it's funny to see how Clay Center, a 4A team, has kind of, in the past just been kind of a team that you could, finally relax against to go, but not anymore. They're ranked in the top 10. They have a freshman phenom. I mean, this Clay Center team on this schedule just continues to it just flexes every single night. I mean, there's not an easy game on this schedule right now for Southeast of Saline.
Take a check to the Bennington State Bank scoreboard quickly. Sacred Heart's girls are in haste tonight to play TMP. Sacred Heart leads it by 2 at the break, 26-24. Here's a three-pointer by Minneapolis, no good. Deronay trying to put it back up. That's no good. McClure will try a third attempt, and she is knocked to the court. A foul will be called here against Southeast of Saline, and McClure will step to the free throw line.
Yeah, we saw right there the initial rebound was from Deronay, and it looked like Lexi did a really good job just playing defense and not committing a foul, trying to make the shot difficult. And then we saw right there just McClure did a good job getting this a second rebound, gets her feet, gets a step in there, and gets the foul committed on Addison Rohr.
Macy misses the first free throw. Second one is on the way. That is good. Now all 5 starters have scored for Minneapolis, 25-16, 6:36. We're just underway here in the third quarter. Harris up top, deals the left-hand side to Pearson. Pearson gets a little token screen. Now she'll play it to Potacek on the right-hand side. Back to Pearson. She takes the contact, gets to the glass, and she scores. Abba Pearson with another 2 for Southeast.
And we see Minneapolis right there drop back into man-to-man defense, and I think almost Southeast feels more comfortable playing offense against a man-to-man, and they recognized it super early in their possession, was able to get into offense, and Abba did a great job with that finish.
Skip pass over the top, nearly stolen away by Brielle, but she didn't get out of position defensively, and now a traveling violation will be whistled against Josie Schrader.
And Devin, we talked about this earlier, it's Abigail at the top of that zone that just creates problems right there. As you see, Brielle gets beat by half a step. All of a sudden, the Minneapolis ball handler has to deal with Abigail, who's just right there, stands still, stands firm, creates the turnover, ball to Southeast.
Harris up the middle of the floor. She'll come left-hand side now to Pearson. Pearson, quick glance inside. Jacobson has the seal. Pearson can't get it to her, though. She doesn't even see her. Now Abbott will float towards the baseline and throw it away. 2 turnovers for Southeast of Saline, and a wide open pass to the basket, a missed layup. It's been that kind of night for Macy McClure. Her teammate, though, Brady Weatherman, got the rebound, and then she is fouled. She'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, Minneapolis, great defense from Raylan Robinson on Abigail Pearson right there. She just kind of turned Abigail around so many times. Abigail throws an errant pass, goes the other way. Maddie kind of gives her the old dipsy-do, gives her a wide open layup. She misses it, but Weatherman's there to collect the offensive rebound.
Weatherman makes good on her first free throw attempt. Second one coming up. Brady Weatherman has 5 if she makes both of those free throws. 5:35 left to go here in the third quarter. Both teams have committed 2 early turnovers here in the second half. Here's a pass from Potacek inside to Jacobson. Jacobson had it stripped away by Micah Deronay, and the ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with Southeast of Saline. Southeast has not had that many opportunities again tonight to run baseline inbounds passes. They go up top to Jacobson. Lexi with a little ball fake. Now a handoff to Pearson. She steps on the accelerator, gets to the glass, and she is fouled. Free throws coming up for Abigail Pearson.
And that's something we're seeing a lot tonight. We're seeing Abigail attack as opposed to just kind of settling for that mid-range jumper. She's attacking the basket, and she's getting to the free throw line, getting herself easier opportunities.
Pearson steps to the line after the foul on Micah Deronay as her first. Free throw by Pearson is up and good. Abba, 5 points so far in this game. Second free throw is on the way. She splashes that one home. Looked just like the first one. 29-18, Southeast of Saline back up by 11. It's been their biggest lead of the night so far. 5:15 left to go here in the third. McClure, little head and shoulder twitch, doesn't want the shot. Potacek closed up on her. Now they go to Robinson on the opposite side of the floor. High post to Deronay. Couple of dribbles. Spin move against Jacobson, and she scores. What a beautiful move by Micah Deronay.
Yeah, it really was. It looks like Lexi had really good position on her. Just Deronay, just a great move. As you see, Lexi comes back the other side. Strong finish with, again, really strong defense from Minneapolis.
Jacobson will have none of that as she gets her points right back. Inside now, Shoop. She'll try a spin around move. That's no good. Deronay on the backside puts it in. 4 straight Minneapolis points from Micah Deronay.
Yeah, and you're starting to see the size of Deronay, and that's one thing that I think Southeast kind of wore her out in the first half. It's something you've got to make them play more defense, and now that they're in this man-to-man defense, you see the ball turned over. Good defense from Weatherman creates a a difficult pass from Harris to Pearson. Coach Shauna Smith wants a timeout.
4:25 left to go here in the third quarter. It's a 9-point Southeast of Saline lead. 30-second timeout. Back with more Lady Trojan basketball on KINA.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Saline Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
This is Trojan basketball on KINA.
Devin Haney, Tyler Smith back here at Minneapolis High School. Live stream video on YouTube, and yes, we're also on the radio, Tyler.
Okay.
Isn't that great?
That is nice.
4:15 left to go here in the third. Minneapolis has the basketball. Out of that Southeast of Saline timeout, Macy McClure can't stay asleep forever. She gets her first field goal. It's a three-pointer on the left corner baseline.
Yeah, you can start to see McClure's confidence play. Like, the defense is leading to offense with her. She's playing really strong on the defensive side. This man-to-man defense is going to spark this Minneapolis offense.
Rel Potashik lost the basketball on her hip. Now she's on the floor with two Lions, and they'll have to go to the arrow to sort this one out. It's going to go to Minneapolis. Back-to-back turnovers here for Southeast of Saline, and all of a sudden flashbacks on the purple team of a middle of the first kind of lull where they turned the ball over 4 straight times and let Minneapolis on a 7-0 run. Hopefully that doesn't happen here. Minneapolis, lob pass over the top. Darren went off her right hand. Harris let it go. And then, boy, hustling towards the entry doors is Josie Schrader. She couldn't get there, but she definitely gets the hustle medal on that play.
Yeah, Schrader's been all over the floor tonight. Got a sweet left-handed stroke, but we saw right there just diving after a loose ball. She goes out of bounds. But you saw Maddie Harris. She understood the situation. Maddie Harris she's settled with 3 fouls right now. She's not, any loose ball, any 50-50 ball, she understands if she can't get to it, she's not going to commit her fourth on some silly play.
Harris has been playing with those fouls most of the night as Potashik again lost the ball on her hip, and it goes on the floor. Minneapolis takes it away. All the way to the other side, Macy McClure. She has 6 points all here in this third quarter, and it's a 4-point game.
Yeah, great finish from McClure. It looked like Pearson got there early. You almost want to see Pearson just go up strong and play defense instead of trying to draw a charge right there. But great finish. You see an illegal screen from Lexi Jacobson.
Jacobson will get the foul. The officials thought she threw her hips out on that screen. That'll be her second. It will be the third straight turnover for Southeast of Saline. It's back to a 4-point game now as Minneapolis just hasn't given up. Boy, I didn't know early in this quarter, Tyler, just the body language from Minneapolis didn't seem great. It looked like Southeast was comfortable. Now all of a sudden a 4-point game. We should have known, right?
Yeah, I would 100% agree. If Ryan Weatherman team's not going to go down without fighting, they've come out in this man-to-man defense, and I thought it would almost benefit the Southeast Saline offense, but it's done the absolute opposite. It's really sped them up. You're seeing some turnovers, and you're seeing Minneapolis start to feed off the momentum. You can kind of feel the shift getting ready to happen right here. You need a big stop if you're a fan of the purple.
They go inside to Shoop. Little ball fake. Now she attacks the rim. Has Jacobson right there. Missed the shot. Darren, though, cleaning up on the backside. She can't get the foot back to go. And it's Harris with the rebound. Harris with a pass up the floor. Potashik to Jacobson, who scores. A beautiful transition break from rebound to bucket. And it's a 6-point lead for Southeast of Saline.
And Devin, the ball never hit the floor. It went from senior to senior to senior. The ball never hit the floor. Great finish from Lexi, but all 3 seniors had a huge contribution in that bucket.
And covered the whole floor. It went from baseline to baseline in 2 passes. Here's a steal now. Harris looking up. She has Pearson. It's going to be a one-on-one contest at the rim. Abba Pearson leaves it long. And a rebound by Shoop.
Yeah, really tough catch opportunity from Abba. She's going to turn her head. Great job to even saddle the basketball, get it gathered. She just kind of couldn't slow the momentum down. Unfortunate opportunity lost right there for Southeast of Saline.
1:44 left to go here in the third. Here's Pearson now with her hand in the passing lane, knocks it out of bounds. And Minneapolis will have to inbound here underneath their own bucket on the baseline. 33-27, Southeast of Saline, leading it here by a couple of possessions. Still working our way through the third quarter. Here's Weatherman coming off of a screen, but Reagan Turan was right there. Now a drive by Shoop is going to end up in a foul on Potashik. And now Brielle has 2 fouls. And it will be 2 free throws coming up for Macy McClure. 1 of 2 so far on the night. She got that one to go.
Yeah,
7 points all in this quarter.
Really strong drive from McClure. McClure's impressive. I mean, you've really got to make sure you got her. You got to know where she is on the floor because she can catch the ball anywhere and score. She hits that second free throw.
Got her second one to go down there. Now it's 8 points in the quarter. Back to a 4-point game. 90 seconds left to go. Third period. 33-29. Southeast of Saline leading. Harris nearly lost the ball. Now she does lose it. And Minneapolis has it, but then Harris reaching over the shoulder has the arrow to her benefit, and it's going to stay with Southeast. Boy, what a gutsy, almost borderline risky call there by Maddie Harris to go after that ball because that could have been her fourth foul.
Yeah, it really could have been. It looked like she was kind of climbing over the back of the Minneapolis player right there as you see another turnover caused by that man-to-man defense from Minneapolis.
4 straight turnovers, a fifth one dodged by Maddie Harris, and Minneapolis has the ball back. 33-29. Now a steal by Jacobson as she takes it away. Lexi Jacobson nearly lost it here. Harris nearly lost it on the other side. Maddie, though, slammed on the brakes, kept the ball bouncing, was able to maintain it by herself. Boy, really active hands right now for Minneapolis is generating a lot of these turnovers.
Yeah, it is, and I think that the play is clear Lexi out. I mean, Lexi's got Shoop on her right now. We know how dangerous she is with the ball as we see great ball movement.
In and out. That ball halfway down the cylinder from Potocnik was a beautiful kick by Harris out to a wide open Brielle Potocnik. Just couldn't get the ball to go down. 22 seconds. Boy, these girls are all gassed.
This is fantastic,
right,
isn't it?
Yeah, and they need a break. There's no doubt about that. All of them on the floor just gassing right now. 12 seconds left to go in the quarter. 33-29. Minneapolis trying to cut into that. Clock down to 7. Schrader has it. High post, Derenay. She'll hand it off behind her. McClure. That shot blocked by Pearson. Loose ball on the floor, and the buzzer will sound. Southeast of Saline preserves a 4-point advantage as we go to the fourth quarter. Trojans 33, Lions 29. As the fourth quarter is up next. You can watch it on YouTube. It's brought to you by Assyria Oil and Hardware.
The Appliance Center. It's where you go to shop for washers, dryers, kitchen appliances, furniture, pellet grills, TVs, and so much more. If you are looking for a local, family-owned business, visit the Appliance Center. We're in the big red and white building on South Broadway in Salina. Come experience the Appliance Center difference.
Salina Post and KINA, your home for all things Trojan. The Southeast of Saline Trojan sports stream live on the Salina Post, and you can always listen at 910 AM, 107.5 FM, or at 910KINA.com.
Home Automotive Center in Abilene and Salina has been named Dealer Raider in 2023 for Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. What's that mean? It means when you buy a vehicle at Home Automotive, you will receive the absolute best in service now for the 11th consecutive year in Abilene and the first for the new Salina location. Home Automotive just keeps exceeding your expectations because you are the number one priority, and that is just one reason why. When you shop at Home Automotive Center in Abilene and Salina, you're going to be glad you did.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Southeast of Saline came out in that third quarter. They built an 11-point lead, but Minneapolis would get that down to 4, and that is our gap right now as we enter fourth and final quarter action. 33-29, Southeast of Saline with the lead, Minneapolis with the basketball.
And Devin, as the fans start to file in for the boys' game, this has every bit, as we see right there, a big-time shot from Josie Schrader. She drains the 3. Starting to get that postseason vibe right now, as you see a 1-point game now.
Schrader's first field goal of the night. That with a couple of free throws way back in the first quarter gives her 5. Potocnik with it, trapped along the sideline. She hands it off to Harris, who goes along the baseline to Jacobson for a jumper. That's no good. Here comes Minneapolis back the other way, trailing by 1. McClure in the lane. Out to Schrader. She wants another one. That one airmailed over the rim too strong. Jacobson will clean it up on the rebound, weak side.
And right now, if you're Southeast, you've got to figure out this man-to-man defense that Minneapolis is giving you. You know, you got to figure out where the weak spot is. And I think it's let Lexi go. And you see right there, balls to Lexi at the elbow, and you're going to see a foul called on Mason McClure, her second.
There was not a lot of fouls called on Minneapolis in that third quarter, but they did get the benefit from some free throws. They were able to go 5 of 6 from the free throw line to help stem their offense there a little bit. Here's Potocnik with it. Underhand pass back to Harris, now to Jacobson. Lexi gets her way into the paint. Now back out to Harris. High leg kick. She doesn't go anywhere, though. Stays there with the dribble. Plays it back to Potacik, left-hand side. 6:48 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Pearson has it. She gets into the keyhole and then comes right back out with her green shoes. Harris rocking it. Now she looks over at Shauna Smith. Coach Smith calls the play. Harris. Little lob pass intended for Pearson. Now it's in a tie-up, and the arrow will keep it with Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, the offense just looks out of sync right now, doesn't it? I mean, you're getting movement, but the ball's moving out on the perimeter, not really looking to score. You've really got to look to attack the basket right now if you're Southeast.
Jacobson on the inbounds, right back to Harris. They tried that quick flip for a three. Harris instead to Potacik, who was in the middle of the paint. Brielle's shot won't go. Rebound taken by Minneapolis. There comes McClure. Nobody stopped the ball. She goes all the way to the rim and scores. Macy McClure has given Minneapolis a 1-point lead. 34-33.
And a great finish right there. It looked like Brielle kind of got a hand on the basketball. McClure gathers the basketball and goes up with the strong finish for the Lions.
6:04 remaining. Harris with the ball, in trouble, has the ball tipped out of bounds, and it will stay with Southeast of Saline on the far sideline. Boy, Maddie lost her dribble there, and she just didn't have much help.
Yeah, she didn't right there, and it kind of looks like, and Shauna Smith can see the frustration with the offense right now. It's going to try to get something set.
Quick 30, we'll take it. 34-33, Minneapolis by 1 here on KINA.
Does your free checking put more cash in your account? Does it give you free range access to ATMs nationwide? If not, tap into superpowered free Kasasa cashback checking at the Bank of Teskit. Visit bankofteskit.com to learn more. Member FDIC. Qualifications, rules, and limitations apply. Rates, rewards, and restrictions may vary by account. Contact institution for details.
We're growing your way. We're the Bank of Teskit.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
34-33 is our score. It's a 1-point Minneapolis lead. Southeast of Saline with the basketball. Harris up top. Minneapolis settling into this man-to-man defense that they found in the third quarter. Lob pass over the top. Jacobson. A couple of bounces on the deck, gathered herself, missed it, then comes across the floor and gets her own rebound. What an effort there by Jacobson. Here's Harris over to Brielle Potacik as they go again, changing direction, and Brielle drops it home for her 7th point.
Well, yeah, and you said it best. The ball just went from one side of the floor to the other. All of a sudden, the man-to-man defense, they couldn't get. I mean, they're so good at help side. They're so good being all over the place right there. The ball just moved too quickly. Easy bucket for Brielle.
Lob pass into Deronay, broken up by Addison Rohr, taken away by Lexi Jacobson. 6 turnovers in the half for Minneapolis. They have a 17 in the game.
And, Devin, I wonder how many of those turnovers have come from trying to force the ball down low. We're seeing such great help side. It looks like Addison shuffling her feet. Got away with a couple troubles right there. No call from the official.
Here's Brielle. Quick trigger 3, right-hand side. Too strong, won't go. Deronay with the rebound. Had to fight off Abba Pearson with a little bit of a shoulder shrug. Minneapolis has it back. Trailing by 1. Southeast leading 35-34. They go back inside the shoot. She'll kick it out McClure for 3 points. That's no good. All the way around the rim. Now the ball on the deck. Pearson the first one down after it.
Oh, no.
And she kind of dove that time for the ball. Micah Deronay came down on top of her. And Deronay still down on the deck. Looks like she's going to help herself up. And she might have got hit in the face. She is bleeding, so we're going to have a little bit of a break here. And a chance to remind you, stay tuned. After the game, we'll have stats of this contest. Also have a Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game. And make the quick turn towards the guys' game. It's the second time I've been in this gym this year and the second time I've had a stoppage for blood. I don't want to say that it's me bringing bad luck, but sometimes we just got to remind ourselves we have nothing to do with the game.
Well, it would surprise nobody if you're fans of these two teams. I mean, a loose ball and you see 4 or 5 players from, there's multiple players just putting their bodies on the line. And right there, it looked like Deronay just, got her. Gosh, it looked bad early. I'm glad that she got up and was able to walk off in her own power. But, it looked like she just went after a loose ball. Might have got a knee or an elbow. But, yeah, really, really tough play. But, again, that's exactly what you expect when these two teams match up. There's not a 50-50 ball. Each team thinks it's a 100-0 ball going their way, and you just saw players flying after the basketball right there.
Back in action tonight, of course, for Southeast of Saline. Also, Sacred Heart, they've had 3 games, including tonight this week. They're getting after it hot and heavy. And also, the Scoreboard Show will be back tonight, 10 until 11 o'clock on KINA. Scores and game wraps from across the state of Kansas for a full hour.
And in less games than, we're used to on a Friday night. I mean, props, again, we talk about this all the time. If you can get games in, you get games in safely. And I think both athletic directors and school administration did a great job making sure this game was done safely. Obviously, a lot of the snow was, happened down south. A lot of those games and schools didn't happen today, but it's nice to see basketball. It's basketball weather tonight.
Yes, there's no place I'd rather be tonight than inside of this gym, although it feels like it's 48 degrees in here. But it always does. It's just where we're sitting, right?
It is. It's gold.
Everything cleaned up. My guy Ryan Mortimer doing his job here to the AD of Minneapolis, and Southeast of Saline has the basketball, leading by 1. Sutton Douglas into the game, has it on the left-hand side. Now a ball in question. Lexi Jacobson, though, will win that battle for Southeast. She'll play it to Harris. Maddie Harris speeds off to the right-hand side and then slams on the brakes as we approach the halfway mark of this fourth quarter. Douglas looked like she was maybe looking to pass it inside to Pearson. Poor spacing here by Southeast. Now Maddie Harris will get him spread back out. Pearson inside. Brief double team. She dribbles away from him, puts a shot up. That's no good. Gets her own rebound. Put back no good. Sutton Douglas in there trying to get it. And Minneapolis will bring it away.
And it's super unfortunate it's Derenay that's out for Minneapolis. She's done so many good things. She's attacking the board. She's done a lot in the second half. You see a ball right there off of Southeast Saline, stays with Minneapolis. But Derenay's been an absolute force, especially in the second half. So it's with 8 points just in the third quarter alone. So you got to see Southeast Saline start cleaning the boards a little bit better with her out of the game.
Addison Rohr back into the game. Sutton Douglas will take a break. 3:43 remaining. Josie Schrader with the inbounds. She'll go to Weatherman. Weatherman looked like she might take the 3, but she was closed up on quickly by Harris. Now it's Robinson. It's going to be stolen away. Lexi Jacobson from out of nowhere. Jacobson coast to coast. Lays it up off the window and good. Lexi Jacobson with 19 points for Southeast of Saline.
And Devin, right there, when she got the steal, the Minneapolis defender had 2 or 3 steps on her, and Lexi just went all gas, no breaks. Stealing a quote from you as you see a great finish right there, but great finish from Lexi. Maggie Shoup right back there on the other side. Great left-handed finish from the big-time player from Minneapolis.
Shoup only has 4, but those were crucial points there. Back to a 1-point game. 3 minutes left to go. 37-36. Jacobson goes to the free throw line, and then she collides with Raylan Robinson. Robinson will earn the foul, and Jacobson will set her team up now on baseline offense.
And as electric as Shoup is offensively, I think defensively that's where I think it's a tough matchup, her guarding Lexi. And I think if you can get Lexi in space, let Lexi kind of go to work as she did right there, you're going to cause a lot of issues for Minneapolis.
Robinson will get another foul now as she elbow checked Maddie Harris towards the baseline.
And this is a problem. As you see Derenay getting ready to re-enter the game, great to see that she's back and ready to go. But this Minneapolis defense, they're not used to playing a lot of man. They're used to playing this full court press. They come back. It's a different type of endurance that you need to play this man-to-man defense. You really want to wear them down and run a lot of clock if you're Southeast Saline, kind of tire them out.
Harris on the inbound, squeaks it in there to Addison Rohr. Now Pearson has it as she dribbles around the perimeter, ends up in the center of the floor. Has the ball stripped away. Now Harris from behind takes it right back. The two teams exchange turnovers there. The Minneapolis crowd doesn't like it. Now Harris in the backcourt is bumped to Pearson, now to Potacek. Brielle stops. Lost the defender. Now plays it back middle of the court to Pearson. Boy, that was a scrum.
It really was. And here's the maturity that I think Southeast has that they haven't had in years past. Is now they're pulling the ball out, run a little bit of offense. Like there's a lot of commotion. Just slow things down.
Harris for 3. Let's go. The kick from Jacobson, and Harris buries the 3. Her second one of the night. And a timeout, Minneapolis. A full timeout. 2:08 remaining. And a crucial three-pointer from Maddie Harris. 40-36. We'll step away. More Lady Trojan basketball when we come back on KINA.
Stardust Trophy in downtown Salina is your full-service headquarters for trophies and awards for club and sporting events. But did you know Stardust Trophies also makes employee name tags with your company logo? They engrave executive awards like desk clocks and pen desk sets. They imprint artwork and photos on T-shirts, coffee mugs, mouse pads, even personal calculators. Stardust Trophy carries clear sports ball holders on wood bases for treasured or autographed balls from footballs to golf balls. Go to full-service Stardust Trophy, 121 South Santa Fe, downtown Salina.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
Devin and Tyler back here in Minneapolis High School. 2 minutes left to play. Minneapolis out of the timeout, trailing by 4. They go back inside to shoot. She overshot it off the window. Darrenay had it and then stepped through a trap and traveled with the basketball.
She did, and again, we see Darrenay, just the impact she immediately makes. She comes back in the game, gets an offensive rebound, but just too many Trojan defenders around her. She tries to go back up for the shot, shuffles the feet. Good call from the officials.
20th turnover for Minneapolis in this game. Full court pressure now. They're trying to generate one of their own on defense. Harris stopped the scorer's table. She lost the basketball out of bounds, and it will go to Minneapolis.
And you can see Harris not happy with that. Looked like a lot of contact right there. But again, that's the type of defense that Minneapolis runs. If you're not gonna call the foul, they're gonna be all over there with hands. And with 2 fouls to give, they're gonna try to create that contact and get the ball back any way they can.
15 turnovers for Southeast of Saline. 1:35 left to go. Weatherman with it, dumps it in down low to Darrenay. She's stripped by Jacobson. Lexi takes it away.
That's another turnover inside of 10 feet from Minneapolis. That's just great help side defense from Southeast.
Jacobson has been all over the place tonight. Here's Harris driving baseline. She'll play it out to Potocki. Extra pass. Jacobson now to Pearson on the far side. 4-point advantage here for Southeast of Saline. We've seen them get really comfortable with margins that are pretty narrow this year, and that is not a comfort move as Pearson throws it out of bounds.
Yeah, you can see now this is kind of that weird moment, right? You're up 4. What do? Do you pull back and get air out of the basketball, or do you kind of attack? And right there, Southeast kind of got caught not knowing which one to do. Looks like that defense from Minneapolis. Great job forcing another turnover from Southeast.
1:05 left to play. 40-36 Southeast of Saline. If there should be a tie-up, the arrow is in the favor of Minneapolis. We are not in jeopardy of shooting free throws yet. Here's a reach-around foul by Lexi Jacobson. That is her third. There is nobody in this game with 4 fouls. Jacobson and Harris are the only 2 players in this game on either side with 3 fouls. That is the first foul called against Southeast of Saline here in this 4th quarter. Here's Schrader for 3. No good. Addison Rohr with the rebound in combination with Macy McClure. And the official coming in right away and going to the arrow will stay with Minneapolis.
Yeah, and again, Addison Rohr, just right spot, right time. The ball kind of took a weird hop off the rim. She's there. She had good position, but Mason McClure did a good job to tie that basketball up.
Lob pass over the top to Shoup. She'll go to Robinson, who's always going to drive. She gets into the middle of the paint, and a half-hearted effort to get in front of her by Addison Rohr will end up in a foul and a free throw opportunity coming up for Raylan Robinson.
Yeah, that's one of those opportunities. You just want to see Addison slide the whole body over, not just put the hands up. She had the hands in the right direction. You have that body follow. It's going to make a really difficult opportunity for Minneapolis.
Yes, sir. Free throws here by Robinson. First one up and good. 8 points. She has not scored in the second half up until that free throw. She scored 7 in the first half. Second free throw on the way. Missed it, and that's key. Rebound by Jacobson. Coach Weatherman wanted a sub there to set up his trap and his press. Now a pass down the floor to Addison Rohr. She'll kick it back out to Jacobson. Lexi through the defense to Brielle Potocki. Clock down to 32. 40-37. It's a one-possession game. Southeast leads it by 3. Harris on the right-hand side, and a foul will be called against Minneapolis. It's their 4th team foul in the quarter, and it puts them at the limit.
Yeah, it was interesting. I saw the official continuous count, and it looked like Brielle broke contact from the defender, and I was just concerned that he was going to give a 5 count to Brielle right there.
They'll say the foul is on Macy McClure, a timeout by Minneapolis and Brian Weatherman. It's a full timeout. We'll take it. A 3-point game, 26 seconds on the clock when we come back.
Citizens State Bank has been serving Kansans for over 100 years. We're a full-service bank that can service your personal, business, and agricultural lending and deposit needs. Citizens State Bank offers 24/7 convenience with mobile deposit, online banking, and our ATM conveniently located in front of the building. Stop by and see our friendly and helpful staff. Citizens State Bank at 600 Maple Street in Gypsum, Kansas. Citizens State Bank and Trust Company is a proud supporter of the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Saline Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Saline Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Out of the timeout, Pearson is the inbounder. She gets it into Brielle Potacik. Potacik is promptly fouled by Brady Weatherman, who collects her 3rd personal foul. Brielle Potacik steps to the free throw line. 7 points so far tonight for Brielle Potacik. She has not visited the free throw line tonight. First free throw is up and good. She extends this 3-point lead and makes it a 2-possession game. On the season, Brielle Potacik is a 75% free throw shooter. A lot of other people on the floor you could have fouled that probably would have been more beneficial towards Minneapolis than Brielle Potacik.
Yeah, and you knew that Minneapolis was going to fly after Maddie Harris just with the way that she can handle the basketball right there. They gave a little glimpse. Just a little bit of room for Brielle as she knocks down the second free throw.
I probably would not elect to foul the girl named Big Shot Brielle.
No way.
42-37. Still a long ways to go here. 20 seconds on the clock. Robinson has it. She gives it to McClure. Now back to Schrader. Schrader skip pass to Weatherman. Weatherman back into the lane, and she is going to be fouled from behind. The foul on the floor is a key call here. Weatherman stepping to the free throw line, but the foul is on the floor. Minneapolis will have to inbound underneath their own basket with 10 seconds left, down by 5.
And immediately he said that foul was on the floor. And right now, if you're Southeast, you want to play super aggressive. You still have 2 more fouls. You have 1 more foul to give, before you send Minneapolis to the free throw line.
The foul count can benefit you here, right? Here's Weatherman for 3. That's no good. Pearson saves the rebound into the hands of Harris, down to 3. Harris throws it up to Jacobson, and Jacobson will dribble it out. And Southeast of Saline gets a big road victory for the first time this season. Minneapolis takes a loss, and it's on their home floor, handed to them by the Southeast of Saline Lady Trojans. 42-37. Back with postgame. We'll have scoring of this contest and final thoughts. It's all brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers after a 5-point Lady Trojan win on KINA.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Saline.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
The Trojans are experts in precision passes, and Everhart Precision Ag are your experts in grid soil sampling. Everhart Precision Ag does all the sampling and data analysis in-house, keeping it local and close to the farm. They're also your local channel seedsman, selling all seeds with an corn and soybeans. Trust Matt Everhart and Lane Hensley at Everhart Precision Ag, serving Saline, Dickinson, McPherson, and Ottawa counties, and also supporting Southeast of Saline Trojans. For more information, visit everhartprecision.com.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types: nociceptive, each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. It's SalinaPainClinic.org.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's, most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Time now for the Trojan Postgame Show on KINA. Stick around for the game recap, final stats, and reaction from the coach. This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Back here at Minneapolis High School, after a big win for Southeast of Saline's girls, they moved to 5-2 now on the season. They are 3-0 in league play, while Minneapolis drops to 7-1, and they are 3-1 in league play. A big win for Southeast of Saline here on the road. They were led offensively by Lexi Jacobson, who had a new season high of 19 points, not a career high. She scored 20 last year in the SIT as a junior against Hugoton, but 19 tonight, a new season high. There are no bigger free throws that you will see so far this season than the two shot by Brielle Potacek at the end. Brielle went 2 for 2 at the free throw line. She ends up with 9 points. 6 points for Maddie Harris, 6 points for Abbott Pearson, and 2 points for Addison Rohr. For Minneapolis, they were led in scoring tonight, 10 points by Macy McClure. Raylan Robinson had 8 off the bench, 5 all for Josie Schrader, Brady Weatherman, and Micah Deronay, 4 for Maggie Shoup. Southeast of Saline, 7 of 9 from the free throw line. Minneapolis, 9 out of 12. Good free throw shooting on both sides. Minneapolis with 20 turnovers. Southeast of Saline with 17. And that little flurry of the last 90 seconds there, where seemingly it looked like Southeast of Saline did most everything right, was really key in this game, Tyler. Going from a 1-point lead, clinching it with a 5-point lead, taking care of the basketball, and again, those 2 free throws. Really, there was another shot in there, too, a jump shot by Brielle Potacek that was huge as well. Those 2 sandwiched a play by Lexi Jacobson that she got a steal and went coast to coast.
Yeah, Devin, we often hear all the times we hear, pundits talk about, how important a loss is. And you can kind of tell there was one team that's been in a couple close games and hasn't come out on top and knows how to finish a game. And then, that Southeast Saline and Minneapolis, they've just kind of ran through people. And I think tonight was the first night they faced a little bit of adversity. And, when things got really tight, Southeast Saline was able to execute and just kind of slow everything down a little bit. And I think that's when we saw them at their best, is when they just didn't panic. We saw a couple times that, after a flurry of plays, when maybe in years past or maybe in games past, even this season, we've seen them kind of attack the rim. Instead, we saw Maddie Harris just pull back and put the brakes on a little bit, get set in some offense. And those are the little things you're looking at for Coach Shauna Smith. You're looking like, okay, we can't just always go. We've got to control the game a little bit more this year. We're not as deep as we've been in years past. Just a great game from the entire team. We can talk about the players that got in and didn't score. I mean, they did so many great things. We saw Sutton Douglas get, some huge rebounds with just a great team effort from Southeast of Saline tonight.
Time now for our Vernon Jewelers gem of the game. It's never too early to start shopping for Valentine's Day, and Vernon Jewelers is having a huge promotion right on the doorstep. They're going to announce it next week, but it has to do with carats and it has to do with diamonds. So make sure you pick it up on Vernon Jewelers' Facebook page to get more information. Tonight, our Vernon Jewelers gem of the game, Lexi Jacobson, a new season high with 19 points, 1 short of her career high, and Lexi Jacobson tonight seemingly was all over the place. It was rebounding, it was steals, it was transition, it was defense, it was everything. It just seemed like there were moments in this game where Lexi Jacobson was a blur, and while she was doing that, running around like a crazy woman, she also scored 19.
Yeah, Devin, I don't know if I've ever seen Lexi play so controlled offensively. We see her oftentimes whistled for a travel here and there because of that quick twitch, that get the ball. She was so under control. She was in control the entire night. She knew exactly what she needed to do. What a huge performance from the senior.
That'll do it for the girls' contest. Again, Southeast of Saline wins it. They move to 5-2, 42-37. They give Minneapolis their first loss of the season. We're about ready to turn it around now. Come back with game number 2 of our doubleheader. We'll step away and have a conversation revisited with Bryson Flax when we come back. We're about 11 and a half minutes away from tip-off of the guys' contest. Back with more Trojan basketball after this on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and in the Central Mall, Salina, and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust. L&L Day.
Hi, it's Winnell Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com. It's a new season, and I've devised a solid game plan. Just to reach your goals in the real estate game, we need to have a dynamic game plan. I enjoy working with many of our Trojan supporters in all aspects of real estate. Upsizing, downsizing, investments, town or country. One call to me, and we will get your personalized game plan ready to win. Go Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell at SalinaHomes.com.
As we look ahead to the second game of our doubleheader tonight, of course, it'll be the guys' turn. Southeast of Saline taking on Minneapolis. Head coach Bryson Flax joins us now. And I love this conversation this time of year because you have 6 games in the book. You get to kind of hit the reset a little bit. It's nothing like what it used to be where you can almost practice at will sometimes. And you have practice on every day but Christmas Day. But you do get to get some work in, kind of take a pause and step back a little bit. As we've seen in the past, this has benefited some of the football guys that just kind of flow from football right into basketball. How'd your break go for you in the Trojans?
Yeah, it was good. I think it was a much needed, break for us. But once we got back in the gym on the 29th, I thought our practices after break have been far, far better than our practices before break. And so hopefully, during that time off that they got, hopefully they, relaxed a little bit, got rejuvenated, and are ready to make a push.
To me, there's 2 sides of the first 6 games that you had. You can sit there and someone can easily say, well, they're 2-4, but those 4 losses are all to state-ranked teams. Yes, that is true. But I think the way that you finished the Sacred Heart game is really just can be a negative for you if you're not able to overcome that. What are your thoughts on that, and how much of that talk was amongst the team?
Yeah, well, first of all, the 4 games we lost, the 4 teams that have beat us are 27-0.
Yeah.
And so we're not, out here giving away games that we need to be, or we should be winning, I guess. We knew coming in this was going to be a process, and we're just trying to take the right steps. Now, Sacred Heart, I compared that a lot to what we did to teams last year, right?
Yeah.
We take their best shot, or they took our best shot, kind of wore us down. And then when things got away from us, they smelled blood in the water and they came after us, and we gotta be better. I thought we did some good things, especially early. The thing that really bothered me was, I thought we were real soft. I thought we didn't get after 50-50 balls again and stuff like that. Stuff that you shouldn't coach. That should just that's a culture thing, but I told him, if you didn't leave the gym, that night, embarrassed to some extent, we're not the same, you know what I mean? And we're just, as competitors, you should feel a little bit embarrassed after games like that, because again, I can't sit here and nobody can convince me that we're 30 points worse than them. But I'll tell you, we were the other night, and it's just a lot of it has to do with taking care of the basketball, live ball turnovers. When you're tired, you got to push through. You just have to push through when you're tired. Things can't go downhill and get sloppy.
6 games in, we're about a quarter of the way into the season if you get some extra games on the back end. But this thing's going to start coming at you fast, too. And as Tyler and I talk about, it seems weird to say that when we don't have a game a week from tonight, but things will start rapidly moving at you. What's a couple of things that you guys really want to focus on when you get back on the floor here tonight?
I think we're not scoring the ball very efficiently, and part due to shot selection, part due to really just not hitting shots. So I'd like to see some shots go in early. maybe get a little momentum. I thought we shot it really well over break. But we got to do that. We have to defend at a higher level. After the Beloit game, I left the gym thinking we could be really, really good, and then we kind of went downhill the next three, and so all around we have to pick it up offensively, defensively. We still have to go after every rebound and do the little things that you have to do to compete when you're, outmanned a lot of the nights.
This is a Minneapolis team. I always look at them as a dangerous team because their record isn't very good, but yet they're a team that will come out and they will give you all the effort in the world. They're a young team again this year. What do you know about the Lions?
Well, I've only seen them 3 times. In all 3 games, I was thoroughly impressed with how hard they play.
Yeah.
There's no secret that they're outmatched in the majority of the games. But they really come out and they play really, really hard, and that's credit to John Darrow, how, teams that are losing games and have been losing games for a couple seasons, it's easy to quit on plays, and then, things spiral downhill when you start quitting on plays, and they've done a pretty good job of continuing to stay locked in and get after what they're doing. The Just kid is pretty good. He can score. Outside of that, it still runs through him.
Yeah.
He can find some people, and then they get offensive rebounds and things like that. So we're gonna have to be tough. I want to see a new level of toughness from our group.
Best of luck to you. We'll talk to you after the game.
Thanks, Devin.
Bryson Flax, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. His guys in action coming up in the second game of our doubleheader.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach right off Crawford and in the Central Mall Salina and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
If you're considering a career in healthcare, the nursing program at Kansas Wesleyan University can open doors for your future. You'll learn from experienced faculty, and there are great clinical opportunities right here in Salina. Tremendous scholarships are available, and KWU graduates posted 100% NCLEX pass rate last year. Want to know more? Visit kwu.edu/nursing today. Again, that's kwu.edu/nursing.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back here at Minneapolis High School, Devin Haney along with Francis Flax as we get ready for the boys contest here. 2024 underway for Southeast of Saline as we just witnessed a pretty good girls game and a really big win for Shauna Smith and her squad as they're able to hand Minneapolis their first loss of the season, 42-37. We'll talk to Coach Smith at halftime of this boys contest. Well, Coach, here we are. Brand new calendar year here for Southeast of Saline. Minneapolis has already played a game on Tuesday night this week against Sacred Heart. So both of these teams coming off losses in a distance on the calendar to Sacred Heart anyway. And this is one of those games you always want to start out 2024, the new year, whatever year that is, with a win and kind of build some momentum, especially after the way things ended in 2023.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Things didn't go our way. We knew we were going to have some work to do. It's not easy like it has been the last couple of years, and not that was easy, but at least, the stuff was there, and these are all new guys, except for Daniel, basically. But, yeah, you're right. I always said you divide the season into 3 parts, the first semester, and then you do the second semester, and then the playoffs.
Yeah.
So it's important that we get off to a good start, and this is as good a place to play as any. We always play well down here.
Yeah, and you and I both know once we start January, things are going to start happening really, really quickly when you have the midseason tournament and then you knock off a couple games following that. Things will go very, very quickly. We'll go from having a few games, of 6 games under our belts to being 20 very, very quick and talking about sub-state. Of course, all those games count towards your sub-state seedings and still kind of sit in the middle of the ranks right now in league play. Southeast of Saline is 0-2 in league play, but they played the two top teams that are still undefeated in Beloit and Sacred Heart. So we'll see what the second portion of the season here brings Southeast of Saline as they open up here on the road against Minneapolis. This is the Minneapolis team, as you heard Coach Flax just say when we talked to him earlier. This is a team that never gives up. Their effort is extremely high, and they are led by Owen Just, who can score points if you leave him alone. He is a sophomore. He averages 16 points a game. He is the leader of this team, along with Ryan Parks. And Ryan Parks, just kind of that senior that you want that will do everything dirty for you. He also gets 3 points a game, 4.5 rebounds, but he is the grit guy on this Minneapolis team. And John Darrow does a good job with these guys, and they will play extremely hard tonight against Southeast of Saline. How do you blend this Southeast of Saline team when your thoughts come out? Because you look at the record, it's 2-4. All 4 of those losses are to ranked teams, though. And as you heard Bryson say, those 4 losses are to teams that are combined 27-0.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's basically unheard of, you know. We were in every game except the last game of the season.
Right.
And Sacred Heart just took us apart in the second half. And so, you know, it was good to have a break.
Yeah.
I'll just put it like that. It was good to have a break. You regroup. You see what the guys' frame of mind is coming into this second half of the season. And maybe they took it to heart. Maybe they didn't. That's what's about to be found out here.
We will step away. When we come back, we will have starters for you and the tip. It's an NCAA contest, Southeast of Saline and Minneapolis. It's coming up right after this here on KINA, and also live stream video on Salina Post, brought to you by Assyria Oil and Hardware.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and in the Central Mall Salina and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
Don't get caught on empty. Fill up on all your basic needs at Assyria Oil and Hardware. We want to be sure you are fueled up and ready for whatever may be around the corner, no matter what time of day. Now live at Assyria Oil and Hardware, 24/7 pumps. No matter what time of day or night, your gas and diesel tanks can rely on us. During regular business hours, you can get your favorite pizza and snacks to have enough energy to win the day. Assyria Oil and Hardware, located in Assyria at the corner of Center and Main. We'll fill you up.
Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship, and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
Back here at Minneapolis High School, let's go over starting lineups for you first. The Minneapolis Lions on their home floor. They come in at 1-6. They are 1-2 in the NCAA under the direction of John Darrow. They will start Owen Just, a 6-foot sophomore, averages 16 points a game. He's their leading scorer. He also grabs 5.5 rebounds per contest. Also in the starting lineup, Ryan Parks, a 6'1 senior, 3 points, 4.5 rebounds a game. Joseph Wohl, a 5'10 junior, 4.5 points a game. Also, Kingston Derenay, a 5'11 freshman, 2 points a game. And Dalton Kruger, a 6'2 sophomore, averages 5.5 points and 7.5 rebounds per contest for the Lions. For Southeast of Saline, under the direction of Bryson Flax in his 5th season, they will start Gannon Jacobson, a 6'1 sophomore who averages 10 points a game, 3.5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Gannon leads the team in steals. Owen Bailey, a 6'1 junior, 12.5 points a game, 2.5 rebounds, and 2 assists per contest. Bailey leads the team in scoring. Brenton Leeds, a 6'5 senior, 8 points a game, 6.5 rebounds, 2 assists, leads the team in rebounding. Daniel Kerr, a 6-foot senior, 7.5 points per game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Daniel leads the team in assists. And Connor Castleman, a 6-foot senior, 3.5 points per game, almost 3 rebounds, and 2.5 assists per contest. Once again, it's Jacobson, Bailey, Castleman, Kerr, and Leeds on the floor for Southeast of Saline. It'll be just Parks, Wool, Deronay, and Kruger on the floor for Minneapolis. Coach, I'll lean on you for your new image audio. Keys to success tonight for Southeast of Saline.
Well, first of all, new season, and you look at Minneapolis roster, they are young, very young, but it can't equate because we don't have a lot of experience. So that's an even thing there. It must improve in rebounding and our defense in general. We've been pretty lax in both areas, in my opinion. And finally, we have to minimize the turnovers. You can't just hand the ball to these teams, Minneapolis, Sacred Heart, Beloit, any of them, because they're going to hurt you if you do.
Your point on defense: the first 3 games of this season, Southeast of Saline gave up 49, 41, 44. Then the last 3 games, it's been 64, 50, and 60. So the defensive average has gone up over the last 3 games for this Southeast of Saline squad. It will be Leeds in the center circle, and he will jump it up here against Kruger. Southeast of Saline wins the tip. It goes to Daniel Kerr. Kerr, a little lob pass in the high post to Castleman. He'll hand it off to Jacobson. Kick it out to Bailey. 3-pointer on the week. Way too strong, no good. And Kerr will fish out the rebound and keep it on offense for Southeast. Now he'll try a 3 and gets it to go. Second chance points for Southeast of Saline, courtesy of Daniel Kerr.
That was a good ball movement, a good offensive rebound, which we needed to get. Took advantage of it.
Here's a drive and a miss by Joseph Wool. Southeast of Saline with the rebound. They come back the other way. Trojans lead it 3-0. Castleman on the left-hand side. Free throw line extended. Now they swing it back around. Same spot, opposite side of the floor. Ball movement crisp and quick here for Southeast to start out. Jacobson for 3. That's no good. And the rebound taken in by Ryan Parks for Minneapolis. A foul will be called here against SES. So Minneapolis will have it. That will give Southeast of Saline a chance to dial up the pressure, though. The first foul of the game goes against Brenton Leeds.
I'm glad to see this full court press, see what we can do. Looks like a trap coming.
Yeah, a little run and jump here. Castleman and Kerr, but Castleman can't keep the ball handler in front of him. Here's an extra pass by Minneapolis. It ends up on the opposite side of the floor to Kingston Deronay. He goes to the rack, and he is fouled. Looks like free throws coming up here for the freshman, Kingston Deronay. Or maybe not. Maybe they called that on the floor.
Yeah, I think they called it on the floor before he attempted to go to the bucket.
Foul on Jacobson is his first. Southeast with 2 quick team fouls here in the first minute. Parks sets inbound. It's deflected by Kerr, pops up. It'll be kept, though, by Kruger for the Lions. Kruger will hand it off to Owen Just. Just tried to step through a trap, and now a third foul called on Southeast of Saline. This one on Daniel Kerr.
Well, if you're double teaming, you can't let the offensive player split the 2 defenders.
Yep. I think before we go any further, we want to say congratulations to Daniel Kerr. He will be joining his coach, Mitch Gebhardt, at the Shrine Bowl this summer.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It is the highest of honors for Southeast of Saline's football committee of Gebhardt and Kerr, as they will be bowl. Now a turnover by Mitch. Give it back to Southeast of Saline. They call him Captain Kerr for a reason, right? He gets to go to the Shrine Bowl. Here's a drive by Jacobson, and Gannon Jacobson attacks the rim and gets 2. Now a deflection in the backcourt. Minneapolis will keep it, though. Parks speeds across the timeline, ends up on the right wing. Leads there all over him. Parks without a dribble. He's in trouble, looking for somewhere to go. Deflection of a pass, and it pops out, goes nearly to the scorer's table, but collected by Owen Just.
Pretty good outside pressure.
Just went after Castleman, and now another bump foul. This is going to be on Jacobson, and Gannon Jacobson has just collected his second foul. 4 fouls already for Southeast of Saline, and they are at the limit of the quarter with 6:07 left to play.
And that's going to bring up my sore spot. After that 5, I think you ought to make them earn those free throws.
Here's a traveling violation now, as Zach Nelson, who just came into the game, inbounded to Ryan Parks, and Parks travels. Back-to-back turnovers for Minneapolis. 5-0, southeast of Saline. Leads it 2 minutes in. Bailey, little head and shoulder twitch there of the three. He'll swing it around now. Jacobson ends up with it. Gannon staying in there with those 2 fouls. Here's a kick out. Cross court. Leads over to Bailey. Three-pointer on the way. That won't go. Rebound by Dalton Kruger for the Lions.
It's a good in-out play by the Trojans. We just missed a 3-point shot.
Now transition turnover, Minneapolis. Britton Leeds stuck that big long arm out there and was able to take it away as he crept into the passing lane. Minneapolis trying to go cross court on the fast break. Here's Leeds now, top of the circle, 3. Got it to go. Britton Leeds with a 3-pointer. That is just his 3rd 3-pointer of the season, and southeast of Saline is out to an 8-0 lead. Now a foul on Kerr, and Daniel Kerr has collected his 2nd foul, and Minneapolis will be shooting free throws.
Well, we're trying to be aggressive, but, Minneapolis is just dribble drive. That's all they're doing, but we can't keep our hands off.
This foul on the open floor between the 3-point line at the top of the key and the half-court stripe. The foul against Ryan Parks, who will go to the free throw line. Kerr has picked up his 2nd. Parks misses the free throw. That'll bring Omar Calzada in. Calzada will replace Gannon Jacobson. Daniel Kerr will stay on the floor.
Anxious to see this with Brenton and Omar both in the lineup at the same time.
Parks gets the lid off the bucket there on that free throw. Makes it 8-1. Southeast of Saline leading. Scores table, I think, made a little gap there in the buzzers. They're going to go ahead and let the sub come in. Kerr will bring it across the timeline. He'll float to the left. Calzada now pops from the block all the way top of the circle. He'll get it to Castleman. Castleman, a high pass to Leeds. Back to Kerr. He'll try another 3. Got it to go. 2 3-pointers in the exact same spot for Daniel Kerr, who has 6. It's a 10-point southeast of Saline lead. 11-1, and now a low post entry to Kingston Darnay. He is tied up. The arrow will keep it here with Minneapolis.
Well, our defense is pretty good. Our hands are active. We're getting our hands on a lot of passes.
Minneapolis sets it inbounds here, standing on the baseline underneath their own basket. Quick flip into Owen Just. His shot off the rim on the baseline, no good. Here comes Southeast in transition. Bailey all the way to the cup. Finishes with the left hand, and he scores. And a timeout for Minneapolis as Southeast of Saline has ran out to a 12-point lead, 13-1, and a 30-second timeout. We'll take it. 4:36 left to go here in the first quarter. It's been all Trojans so far here on KINA.
You're telling me your driver turns you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor's running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway
in Salina.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Bryson Flax told me in pregame that they need to come out and shoot the ball well, get a little confidence going. So far, Coach, they have 3 3-pointers here in the first 3.5 minutes.
Well, it's because of a couple things. One, we got good spacing on the floor, and we're getting open looks because we're moving the ball.
So far, things good for Southeast of Saline. Still very early, though. 4:33 left to go here first quarter. 13-1 is our score. Minneapolis out of the full timeout. 30-second timeout with the basketball. Owen Just, he wants a 3. High bounce, hits the basket support. It will go over to Southeast of Saline. Castleman, Calzada, Kerr. They're going to call a foul on this play. They're going to call Daniel Kerr for his 3rd foul. So this becomes what happened first, the chicken or the egg. Was it the rebounding foul on Kerr, or was it the ball off the basket support? Well, Bryson Flax is having that conversation with the official now. They called the foul.
Well, that's unfortunate. The ball definitely hit the top of the backboard.
Kingston Darnay at the free throw line misses his first free throw, and Kerr will have to go to the bench with 3 fouls. Darnay missed them both. Fight for the rebound, won by Castleman. Grady Gebhardt has come into the game. Southeast of Saline throws it away, trying to come up the right-hand sideline. That's the first turnover of the game for Southeast. As their senior, Daniel Kerr, now on the bench. So it's Gebhardt, Bailey, Castleman, Calzada leads on the floor right now for Southeast of Saline.
Little zone look for us now.
Lob pass inside. Shot blocked from behind, but getting his own rebounding, putting it back in is Dalton Kruger. First field goal of the game for Minneapolis. It comes at the 4-minute mark, halfway through the first period. Bailey, long distance three. Too strong, no good. Leads with those arms again. Brings it back in. Back to Bailey, top of the circle. He'll drive this time, collect a contact, and get one. Kingston Darnay came out to try to defend, but Owen Bailey hits the teardrop, and he will go to the free throw line and try to add one more.
Well, that was a nice drive, and he absorbed the contact, went ahead, kept his eyes on the basket, finished the play.
I don't know that you ever need to tell Owen to go score, but a little bit more now with Kerr on the bench, right?
Well, that, and you know, he doesn't just have to shoot three-pointers. He's good at the bucket, and he can get to the bucket.
Yeah. There's a move all the way down the floor. Ryan Parks just putting his head down and attacking the basket. Nobody from Southeast brave enough to get in front of the train, and he scores a layup. 2 field goals now and a free throw for Minneapolis. Here's Calzada down low. He scores on a touch pass. Omar Calzada that time was fed by Kirby Davis, and he's going to score too. Calzada. 18-5. 13-point advantage here for Southeast. 3:09 left to go. Here's Parks falling down the lane. Castleman picks it up the floor to Bailey. He won the battle for the ball, went up, tried to jam it, and he can't get it to go down. 3 minutes left to go. We go back the other way. Owen Just with it. He's going to pull up in the lane and throw up a soft shot that draws nothing. Kirby Davis with the rebound. Davis to Gebhardt. Grady left open there for a moment. Likes to run some offense. Bailey has it. Now Kirby Davis. Back to Gebhardt. Castleman now with a touch.
Good patience. Good ball movement. Everybody's touched it.
Davis took a dribble into the free throw line. Now to Calzada, who's standing on the right wing. Bailey has it. Now back to Calzada. Castleman gets into the paint. Spin move. Finishes with the left hand. Beautiful move by Connor Castleman.
That's his signature move right there if that lane's open.
6 different Southeast players have scored here in this first quarter. 20-5. Okay. And now a bumping foul on Castleman. Connor picks up his first personal foul. Free throws coming up here for Owen Just, who is Minneapolis' lead scorer, hasn't been able to score yet. He'll step to the free throw line with 2:03 left to go. Free throw is up and it's good. So far, Minneapolis 2 of 5 from the free throw line. Make it 50%. 3 of 6 as Owen Just makes both of those. 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. 20-7. Southeast of Saline leads it by a baker's dozen. Calzada, he'll shoot the 3, and he'll bang the 3 home. Omar Calzada off the bench has 5. 23-17. Just 1 point at a time. Southeast continues to build this lead. Here's a drive and a shot up by Zach Nelson that's good. His first 2 of the night. 23-9. Castleman with it, top of the circle. Gets it to Gebhardt. Now to Bailey for 3. That's no good. Long rebound taken in by Gebhardt, though. It will stay here with Southeast. Little cross-court short pass there to Castleman. We'll bring it back over to Owen Bailey. Bailey skip pass to Castleman. Connor on the runner. Can't get it to go. Bounced twice off the rim. Taken in now by Owen Just. We approach 1 minute left to go here, first period. Minneapolis, extra pass. Kingston Darnay can't get it to go. Bothered there defensively by Castleman. And Calzada with the rebound as we go inside of a minute. Gebhardt with it. Now Kirby Davis. Davis to Calzada. He wants another one. Omar for 3. Bounced off the rim, off the backboard, nearly found a home, but now a rebounding foul will be called after the miss on Southeast of Saline. So more free throws coming up for Minneapolis. Foul on Grady Gebhardt, his first. Owen Just back to the free throw line. 2 of 2 so far. Make it 3 of 3. Britton Leeds back into the game. Also into the game is Gannon Jacobson. Remember, Jacobson has 2 fouls that he got early on. Owen Just second free throw is good. All 4 of his points coming from the free throw strike. 38 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Jacobson with it. Faded off to the left, now comes back. Gebhardt ends up with it. Now a skip pass over everyone to Bailey. Bailey comes back down to Kirby Davis. Clock down to 23. Bailey has it again on the left wing. He goes to work. Crossover. Pull up on the baseline. Might have had his ball or arm deflected there on the way up, and now another rebounding foul. This is going to go against Gebhardt again, his second. The fouls continue to pile up here for the Purple.
Well, that's kind of unfortunate. You know, we're playing hard. I'll put it like that. But we're doing a lot of reaching, and a foul like that, you're just going after a rebound. Ball was on the floor.
Dalton Kruger will go to the free throw line. His first free throw is up and good. 3 points. Second free throw, also good. 16 seconds left to play. Jacobson has the ball. He comes across the timeline with 12 left on the clock. Southeast lead has been trimmed down to 10. Now a turnover. Jacobson looking inside for Leeds. Second turnover of the quarter. Gebhardt, though, got it back. And now a foul will be called against Minneapolis. It will leave 1.1 seconds on the clock here for Southeast of Saline. Foul count is 9-2 in this first quarter.
Wait a minute. They're giving that must not have been a foul. Yeah, it was.
Jacobson gets it in. Bailey, why not? About 3 feet off the half-court stripe, but it bangs off the board to the right. No good. 23-13 is our score at the end of the first quarter. You're listening on KINA and watching live stream video on SalinaPost.com. The Southeast of Saline Trojan basketball, they lead it by 10. It's brought to you by Assaria Oil and Hardware.
Mary Maids in Salina offers house cleaning services you can see and feel. Your home is more than just a house. It's where memories are made and moments are cherished. Though life can be complicated, house cleaning shouldn't be. Mary Maids strives to take the stress out of your day so you can live your life your way. With more than 40 years experience and an advanced time-tested cleaning process, they can help you reclaim time with your loved ones. Find Mary Maids on Facebook or check out their website at marymaids.com.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
Start of the second quarter. Welcome back to Minneapolis High School. Devin Haney, Francis Flax here on KINA and also live stream video on Salina Post. There's a shot by Southeast to start the quarter. Rebound by Minneapolis. They go back the other way. Southeast had their lead built up to as much as 16 points in that first period. And Minneapolis on a bit of a run, aided by free throws, as they went 7 of 10 in that first quarter from the free throw line. Got it back to within 10, and that's where we sit right now.
Well, you got to wonder where our scoring is going to come from now.
Sam Knopf, Grady Gebhardt, Gannon Jacobson, Kirby Davis, Britton Leeds on the floor for Southeast. Jacobson, a three-pointer, top of the circle. That one rims out no good. Goes all the way to the far corner where it's going to be rained down by Ryan Parks. 7 minutes left to go here before halftime. 1 minute into the second. Minneapolis looking at a Southeast defense here, and they throw it away. Just the 4th turnover for Minneapolis, and Daniel Kerr up off the bench with 3 fouls will come back into the game.
Interesting move, but I like it. He's got to play smart.
Kerr on the right-hand side. He went 2 for 2 from pretty much the same spot, just a shade left top of the circle in that first quarter early on in this game for 6 points. Here's Leeds. He has a three-pointer already. That one hits the back of the rim, and the rebound taken in here by Minneapolis. Two teams still a minute and a half gone by in the second quarter looking for their first points. Ryan Parks all the way to the glass. He can't score, and Daniel Kerr grabs the rebound.
Well, we are getting rebounds, but not very many offensive.
Entry pass inside, and what a great little entry pass there. Sam Knopf gets it into Brenton Leeds for 2. Leeds, I don't think, had a great angle at that basket, Coach, but he was able to make it work.
Yeah, he's got pretty good body control in there, though.
Here's a pull-up shot by Zach Nelson that hits the front of the rim and then bounces home. Nelson's second basket of the game. 25-15. Back to a 10-point Southeast lead. Here's Kerr for another 3. That one rimming out, no good. Rebound up high, taken in by Owen Just. Back to Nelson. Nelson with a crossover, tried to pass it down low to Deronay. It's going to be deflected and taken away by Kerr. Turnover number 5 for Minneapolis. Here's Knopf for 3. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound taken in by Dalton Kruger for the Lions.
Well, we don't have anybody in the lane when we shoot it.
Yep.
So not very many second chance points coming up here.
There's Deronay, leaves it off in the corner for Parks. Parks played it back into the lane, but it got deflected by Jacobson and taken away by Gebhardt. Jacobson now tried a fancy bounce pass up the floor. Leeds is going to save it. Southeast has it. Over on the right-hand side, Jacobson attacked the baseline. He was shut off. Now it ends up with Kerr. And Kerr will be hand-checked for a foul. First foul of the quarter belongs to Minneapolis.
Actually, that was a pretty good pass if Brendan could have come up with it.
Ryan Parks with that foul, his first for Minneapolis. Isaiah Kerr into the game for Southeast of Saline. So it's Isaiah Kerr, Daniel Kerr, Sam Knopf, Brenton Leeds, Omar Calzada on the floor for the Trojans. Lob pass off the inbounds to Leeds. He'll leave it off on the flip there to Daniel Kerr. Kerr will clear out his brother on the right-hand side. Ends up with Knopf. Now back to Daniel. Daniel Kerr looking, goes to Leeds. Trying to get it to Leeds inside. He's surrounded by 2 white jerseys. Here's Knopf on a corner 3. That's too strong, no good. And the rebound taken in by Ryan Parks. 4:09 left to play as we approach the halfway mark of the second quarter. Parks has it. He'll play at top of the circle now to Joseph Wool. Down low to Owen Just, who is twisted up. They're going to say jump ball, a alternate arrow, as keeps it with Minneapolis. If you missed it earlier, Southeast of Saline's girls won 42-37, by 5, 42-37. Lexi Jacobson, 1 point off of her career high. She scored a season high 19 points. A 30-second timeout here in this guys contest. The Southeast of Saline leads by 10. We'll keep it right here. What do you think of that girls contest? That was almost a sub-state feeling game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And I tell you, when Minneapolis switched to the man-to-man, it caused a little trouble for a while. And finally, our girls adapted and came out and made some key plays down the stretch.
Yeah, that was really, as you said, kind of a turning point in that game. Southeast of Saline led by 11 points, and Minneapolis went to a man-to-man. Very active, had a lot of deflections, a lot of just kind of chaos that they created for Southeast of Saline. But Southeast ends up hanging on. Brielle Potacek steps to the free throw line, puts 2 free throws in. That makes it a 5-point gap. And Southeast of Saline hands Minneapolis their first loss of the season. And Southeast of Saline also takes control of the NCAA. They are the only league team to not lose a league game at this point. Here's Minneapolis off the timeout. The inbounds to Zach Nelson for 3. He leads Minneapolis now with 7 points. And this is a 7-point game all of a sudden, 25-18. Off with it. They'll go left to Kerr. Kerr to Omar Calzada, who pops out top of the circle. Daniel Kerr looking. He'll go to Brenton Leeds now. Calzada working inside, and now Leeds will join him low post. Calzada now will pop up top of the circle, back to the right. Knopf. Kerr now has it on the left. Daniel Kerr. Isaiah out there as well on the left-hand side of the floor. Now Daniel will go to work. He kicks it out to Isaiah. Now back to Daniel Kerr. Behind his back, gets to the rim, lost the basketball. And it's going to be picked up by Minneapolis. Just the first turnover of the quarter for Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, we're having a little trouble. We don't have experienced shooters on the floor right now, so we're just working it around and looking for that opening.
Spin move by Owen Just in the lane. He comes up empty. Kerr with the rebound. Down low to Calzada. Now back out to Daniel Kerr. 2.5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Daniel Kerr has it. Changes directions between his legs. Shot up too strong, no good. Owen Just with another rebound.
Well, one of my keys was we've got to do a better job of rebounding, and we're not very good right now.
Castleman and Owen Bailey sitting at the scorer's table. They've been there for a little bit of time.
Oh, I hope Daniel didn't get his...
So foul here on a rebound. And they dodge a bullet. It's going to go against Isaiah Kerr. Thank you, little brother.
Yeah, we got to get Danny out of there for the rest of the half.
Yeah, he's going to come out. Sam Knopf will take a break with him. They do get Castleman and Owen Bailey back in. 2:04 left to go here. Here's a three-pointer off the inbounds. That misses everything for Owen Just. Fight for the rebound. Brenton Leeds one, and then he collects the foul. Second foul of the quarter against Minneapolis. Good job that time by Leeds to hang on to that basketball. Quick conference with Leeds and Calzada here with Coach Flax. Zach Nelson got that foul, by the way. That's his first. Bailey up top, inside 2 minutes left to go. Down low to Leeds, now to Castleman. Isaiah Kerr wants a three-pointer right-hand side. That one's airmailed over the rim, no good. Calzada, though, picks it up off the rebound and scores. Omar Calzada has 7. You know, Omar scored 9 against Sacred Heart before break. Now he has 7 here against Minneapolis.
Yeah, he's coming along. I like what he does.
Near steal there by Isaiah Kerr. Southeast can't hold it. Now Isaiah with the rebound off the miss from Minneapolis. Trojans want to run. Bailey has it on the right-hand side. He's going to spin move into a defender, and they're going to say traveling with the basketball on Owen Bailey.
Yeah, he was out of control that time.
Lucky he didn't get that foul, probably.
Yeah.
As foul happy as we've been tonight. It's calmed down a little bit, though, since that first quarter. They scored. Southeast of Saline collected 9 fouls against their team in the first quarter alone. So far, just 1 here in the second quarter. 2 fouls in the second period against Minneapolis. Minneapolis has had 4 for the game.
You know, we're doing a good job of turning them over, but we're not converting on very many of those.
Right. There's a ball now that's kicked. I think Kirby Davis or Omar Calzada got their very decorative shoes in the passing lane there. It'll stay with Minneapolis on their own baseline. 1:11 left to play before half. Pass way up high to Parks. Now he's going to attack the rim, get the right-handed layup to go. Ryan Parks has 5. That's his first basket of the second quarter. Back to a 7-point Southeast of Saline lead as we go inside of a minute. Isaiah Kerr with it. Now to Calzada. He swings it to Kirby Davis. Davis takes baseline. He'll get in there. Probably got fouled, but he makes the shot anyway.
I know that would have been a foul in the first quarter.
Yes, Kirby Davis with 2. His first basket of the night. Back to a 9-point Southeast of Saline lead. Parks with it. Enters the keyhole. Now plays it back out to Owen Just. Just puts his head down. Comes up with a floater. That's no good. Davis cleans the boards for Southeast. Clock down to 27. Kirby Davis with it. He'll swing it to Castleman. Extra pass now to Bailey. Open for 3. Left-hand side. Can't go. Calzada with it. With a soft touch back up and in. Omar Calzada has equaled his career high here in this first half of 9. and that's coming off of last game against Sacred Heart. 7 seconds left. Leave off down low. Minneapolis missed the easy bunny. Rebound tipped out. Clock down to 2. Minneapolis with a desperation 3 at the buzzer. They overshoot it, and it's an 11-point Southeast of Saline lead as we go to the locker room here at halftime. 31-20, Southeast of Saline leading as we hit the break. Brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. We'll be back, take a check of stats from the first half, also get you updated on some scores with the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. Have a conversation with head coach Shauna Smith. We'll look back at the Southeast of Saline Lady Trojans game earlier tonight. It's all coming up here at the break. Southeast of Saline leads it by 11, 31-20 on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Hi, everyone. It's Winnell Garrettson from SalineHomes.com. It's a new Trojan basketball season, and our coaches have devised a solid game plan. Just like basketball, to reach your goals in the real estate game, we need to have a dynamic game plan. I enjoy working with many of our Trojan supporters in all aspects of real estate. Upsizing, downsizing, investments, town or country. One call to me, and we will get your personalized game plan ready to win. Go Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell at SalineHomes.com.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap. Shot at the horn! Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Back here, halftime of the boys contest, 31-20, Southeast of Saline leading Minneapolis. Time now for our chance to catch up with Shauna Smith, head coach of the Southeast of Saline ladies. Boy, what a game you had tonight, huh? This had, and probably just because we've been in this building for a sub-state here in recent history, but this had that sub-state feel, especially down the stretch. These two teams really got after it. You could tell that it was going to be a game that's back and forth. And Minneapolis really gave you guys some problems defensively. Overall, though, how do you feel you played in this game? First game coming back from break.
I'll be honest, I actually told the girls after the game, and even I said at halftime, I didn't notice them having that. Sometimes you have to sub real early, coming the first game back, because we win it. I forgot it was our first game back.
Yeah.
I thought we did, and honestly, our 5 starters played majority of the minutes tonight. I mean, like we said, I think Lexi came out in the first quarter. Maddie only came out real short, maybe the third quarter, fourth quarter, whenever, real quickly. And they never really came out. Abigail never came out but one time. And that's just how the game went. We just couldn't afford to sub too much.
You had a good start to this game. You cop out to a 4-0 lead, but then you had 4 straight turnovers, allowed them to go on a 7-0 run. They were up 7-4. Then you counter that, come back. You have a 1-point lead at the end of the first quarter. Then second quarter, it was kind of back and forth, but your defense, again, just rises to the occasion. We see quarters where you're able just to shackle people up. You only give up 5 points in that whole second quarter, and you're able to take a 5-point lead into the locker room at halftime. Even though your offense struggled a little bit in that second quarter, you were still able to put the brakes on them.
Yeah, we always tell the kids, your defense can travel with you. Sometimes your offense doesn't come. And, every single night we know we can play defense. And that's one of the things we live on, and we hope then we can score. And I should say hope, but we know we can score and do some things to hopefully get us to where we're in good scoring positions.
Came out of the locker room and really had a good start. Scored the first 5 points, built your lead up to as much as 11. Then that prompted a timeout by Minneapolis. A little bit of a strategy change there by Minneapolis. They not only went man-to-man, but they got super, super aggressive. They were very handsy. They were very active in the passing lanes, and that threw you off a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah, we didn't handle the ball real well with them. But, like I said, they're going to be aggressive. They kind of felt like they didn't have much to lose there. And so we knew that. Like I said, we knew they were real handsy, but we got to handle the pressure a little bit better.
There wasn't a lot of scoring in the fourth quarter, but I can remember all 4 plays that you scored on. Maddie Harris hit a big 3 on a kick out. Lexi Jacobson was double-teamed at the top of the elbow, and she kicked it out. Maddie was able to hit that 3 after nobody came out on her. Brielle Potacek had a mid-range jumper for 2. Also a 2-pointer from Lexi Jacobson when she came out, took a steal, went coast to coast. And probably the most important, and gave you a little bit of buffer room there with the 2 free throws by Brielle there at the end to go from 3 to 5.
Yeah, and it's actually I told Brielle she kind of had a couple of rough spots there where she lost the ball, and I said, but the thing about sticks it out is you can't let that, because that back cut that she had there in the lane was a big dagger to them, because I think we were only up by 1 at that point, and that made us up by 3. Then it just kind of one of those things that just was a kind of a dagger there, because they felt like it kind of took a little bit of pressure off then.
You had a lot of girls that had some big moments in this game here tonight, but Lexi Jacobson maybe played as good as what I've seen her, and I say that because she was all over the place at times on defense. She was helping others defend, she was helping others rebound, she was grabbing rebounds, she was creating steals, but then when you went to the offensive side of the floor, it's almost like she downshifted, and she was very calm, she was very controlled offensively, and I don't know that we've seen her do that a whole lot through her career. Usually when she gets sped up, it's that way all over the place. She was really good, though, tonight.
Yeah, I mean, she did a really good job. I thought we all in general did a really good job, because we actually worked the last few days on how to do that. Kind of like how they're going to push you in that press and trying to get you to speed. You have to take that quick to work on our offense. We wanted more than just one pass to go shoot it, because that's what you watch other teams. They got, well, they might have been open, but they were okay shots.
Yeah.
So we said we want to make them play defense for more than just that little bit. But like I said, Lexi, I thought did a good job. She showed herself. Like I said, and she really disrupted down defensively. And like I said, I think both Addison and Lexi did a good job. And I think we played that 3-2, and we were really phenomenal at it tonight.
Yeah, when you look at it, the proof is in the pudding. You hold Maggie Shoup inside to only 4. You hold Micah Daranay to only 5. Just 9 points out of those two is big right there. They average over 20 combined for the season. Lexi tonight offensively, she was 1 point off of her career high. She sets a new season high with 19. Then just a really good game. How big was this game for you early on? I know we got a lot of basketball still yet to play, but in January, things come at you pretty fast. This was a game, not only were you able to give Minneapolis their first loss of the season, but you're also able to take over full control of the NCAA.
Yeah, well, and one thing too, and beat them on their home court.
Yeah.
That's what's even better about it, is that, now they have to come to our place and play us on our home court. Like I told the girls that we really didn't talk about the league. This going in the first place. That wasn't even a discussion until right before the game, because we weren't really looking at. We were actually looking more for the Sterling tournament. Is actually what we were. More of our discussion was before that.
5-2 now. Where do you think this team's at? We didn't get a chance to talk before the game, but you go through the holiday break, and we always talk about how long of a season this is. You're 5-2. Your 2 losses are to 2 teams that are really good. One from 3A, one from 2A. You just knock off Minneapolis, who'd give them their first loss of the season. Where do you think you're at right now? Do you like where you're at?
Yeah, I think they said we just got to get our bench a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
That's one of the things we got to get some things from, and I told those kids tonight just how things came about. It was just hard to sub when we weren't in too much foul trouble.
Yeah.
We really weren't in foul trouble. Whatever. So that's one thing I think we just need to keep working on, keeping our bench, keeping them rotated. And, a couple of our kids that usually come in, I told them it was nothing there. It's just our matchups. It's just how things were going. We couldn't afford to take Lexi out of the game. Couldn't afford to take Maddie out of the game. Abigail played a tremendous game for us. I mean, to me, honestly, she only had points, but she had she manned that middle of that zone. I mean, she manned the whole thing for about 3 quarters. Maddie played for a little bit, and then we put Abigail there, and she just manned it.
Yeah, she's growing before our eyes, I think, when you watch her play. Your unselfishness tonight was incredible, too. You had so many plays that you scored on a couple of touch passes. Not 1, but 2 touch passes. I remember one just really crazy was off the fast break. Maddie Harris gets it in the corner. She passes to Brielle at half court. Brielle goes down the floor for a 2-pointer that was just, you covered the whole floor in 2 passes without a dribble. It was awesome.
Yeah, and I would say this is a very unselfish group here. They're about winning. Yeah. I would definitely say that this team is about winning, and like I said, it doesn't matter how many points we get. They're all going to be for each other, and like I said, and when it comes down to the end, it's about winning.
It's early. I'm guessing, though, you probably looked a little bit at Clay Center. That's going to be your opponent on Tuesday, and they're pretty good this year again, aren't they?
They're real good. They're ranked here. They're going to be, a little bit like us. I haven't looked too much. I've seen some of it just by when they played Beloit early on, and somebody else, I can't remember who else they played on. We saw a little bit play then. But it's going to be a good game on Tuesday. Hopefully we can, we need to get up and beat, we beat, obviously Minneapolis has been pretty good, but we need to get up and beat those ranked teams. That's what we've done the past 2 years. If we've been able to get past those teams. Now this is what this group, our next step is to get past that ranked team.
You're undefeated in 2024. Let's turn around and do it again Tuesday night.
All right, thank you.
Shauna Smith, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Lady Trojans. Her girls tonight get a big victory here on the road in Minneapolis, 42-37. And as you just heard, we'll turn around on Tuesday. They will play Clay Center at home. Halftime of the guys contest, 31-20 is our score. Southeast of Saline leads it. 2-minute timeout. Back with third quarter action after this on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Suburban Appliance Center is your official dealer for Traeger grills. Check out this 6-in-1 versatile unit that grills, bakes, smokes, roasts, braces, and barbecues. Suburban is your exclusive dealer for the Traeger Timberline series, and they have your Traeger spices too. Suburban Appliance Center, they are locally owned and they offer appliance brands like Amana, KitchenAid, Whirlpool, and of course Maytag. Suburban also offers exceptional service. Suburban Appliance Center, 1900 South 9th.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
You're telling me your driver turns you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor's running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
31-20 here at halftime. Southeast of Saline leads it so far. 7 different Southeast of Saline players have scored. Omar Calzada leads the way with 9 points. Daniel Kerr with 6. For Minneapolis, it's Zach Nelson off the bench with 7 points. Halftime, 11-point lead. Coach, what do you think here? What's your keys to the second half?
Well, we have to do a better job of rebounding. I touched on that before the game. We have taken care of the turnover situation pretty well. We haven't had too many turnovers. It'd be nice if we hit a couple shots. In college, you always say the first 5 minutes of the second half are the most important. In high school, the first 3 minutes of the second half.
Tighter window. New Image Audio, keys to the second half there by Francis Flax. This is the weather. You need to go visit TC at New Image Audio because he does fabulous things with remote start. And I love him this time of year. Here we go, Southeast of Saline with the basketball. As they start out here, it's Kerr, Leeds, also Castleman, Bailey, and Jacobson. Bailey unleashes a long 3. That's no good. Castleman in there battling for it in between 2 Lions, and it's going to pop out. Dalton Kruger will control it here for Minneapolis.
Well, that was a setup play, and I see what the coach was doing. He's trying to get his leading scorer to break the ice.
Get him going a little bit there. Bailey had 5 points in the first half, but as I said, it was a group effort. 7 different players scored in that first half on their way to 31 points. Defense pretty good, 31-20, only giving up 20 points. There's some things to brush up on, though, here in this second. Here's Jacobson with a step-back 3 off the handoff from Connor Castleman, and Jacobson has 5. Nice-looking play there by the Trojans. 34-20. Back to a 14-point advantage. Biggest lead by Southeast in this game so far has been 16. Here's a shot by the Lions. That's no good. Gannon Jacobson clears the glass for Southeast. Up the floor to Bailey. Now to Leeds, who was trailing on the secondary break. Back to Bailey. He's going to attack the rim. Switches hands. Tries to go with the back with the left. And then 2 Minneapolis players end up hugging each other. And they come away with the basketball. How they did not travel is a little miraculous there. Here's a deflection now. Jacobson poking away. Ball still on the floor. And it's going to be picked up by Zach Nelson, who gets to start the second half here. Nelson averaging 4.5 points off the bench for Minneapolis. this season. Ball lost out of bounds off of southeast of Saline will stay with Minneapolis.
I don't think Brenton thought that should have been off of him.
Minneapolis taking all the time here to inbounds it, and they are going to absorb the 5 count. Boy, that took a lot. They may even given them 6. And just could not get the ball in bounds. Good job by southeast of Saline. They're forcing the 7th turnover against the Lions. Daniel Kerr will bring it across the timeline. Keep in mind, Kerr has 3 fouls. Came in, finished out the first half, though, with those 3 fouls. Here's Jacobson, an open 3. Splashes it through. We've seen Gannon get hot at times this year. He had 18 points against Abilene, which he played really well offensively. He has back-to-back 3s now in this third quarter. Here's a deflection and a steal. Daniel Kerr picks it up. Back the other way. Kerr on the right-hand side of the floor. He'll skip it through the defense to Bailey. His 3-pointer off the front of the rim, no good. Cleaned up by Ryan Parks. 37-20, southeast of Saline back the other way, and a timeout called by Minneapolis. With 5:37 left to go here in the third, just underway in the second half, a full timeout. We'll step aside as well. 37-20, it's a good start for the Trojans as we start the second half here on KINA.
Farmers, now is the time to start planning for next spring. Phillips Seed stands ready to work with you to nail down the best seed genetics for your operation. They can help you select from their top-performing corn hybrids and soybean varieties, as well as seed treatments to get your crops off to a fast start. Find them online at phillipseed.com, Facebook, on X, or call 785-949-2204. That's 785-949-2204. Phillips Seed, serving, innovating, growing since 1985.
John Deere utility tractors from Prairie Land Partners are the perfect match for any chore on your property, farm, or ranch. These tractors are the ideal blend of versatility and value. From working livestock to snow removal for hay producers, municipalities, and property owners, these tractors bring the power and versatility so you can haul, mow, bale, feed, and maintain your property. Visit them online or stop by any Prairie Land Partners location to test drive one today.
Delivering the right solution. Prairie Land Partners.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
Out of the full timeout by Minneapolis, referee put the ball out for grabs as Minneapolis was late coming out of their timeout. The Lions do get it, though, and they get it in bounds. 2.5 minutes into this third quarter. Here's a 3-pointer that's put up by Owen Just. That's no good, and another rebound for Southeast. Daniel Kerr across the timeline, looking, starting to fade to the left with that left-handed dribble. Now he'll come back right. Jacobson, he wants another one. Gannon for 3, drills it. 3 3-pointers for Gannon Jacobson.
Well, that's a pretty nifty play there that was drawn up at that timeout. He certainly was wide open.
Trent Douglas and Bryson Flax loving what they did during the timeout. Of course, got to make the shot, right? Here's a ball on the floor that ends up in an alternate arrow situation. The arrow will keep it with Minneapolis, and that will give them a chance to get Kingston Darnay into the game. He will replace Zach Nelson. Also, Grady Gebhardt into the contest. He'll replace Daniel Kerr. Omar Calzada into the contest will replace Brenton Leeds. So here you are about 3 minutes into the third quarter. Daniel Kerr comes out. You got the minutes you need out of him to keep kind of in check with that foul trouble, right, Coach?
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Here's a shot put up by Joseph Wool. That's no good, but Kingston Darnay there to put it back in for Minneapolis. That's his first bucket of the night. 40-22. Now a turnover by Southeast of Saline on a bad ball. That's their first turnover. Minneapolis, though, gives it right back. Owen Bailey up the floor. Jacobson, foul on the floor or a continuation? They're going to give him the 2. That foul was kind of in that gray area there. The referee will give it to Gannon Jacobson, who now has a chance to get 3 points the conventional way.
Well, that was the right call. He was in the process of shooting.
Jacobson did a nice job that time, kind of crossing over and getting in the way of the defender, and he is going to get his free throw as well. 12 points in the quarter alone by Gannon Jacobson. He had 2 in the first half. Down low, Minneapolis will dump it in. Dalton Kruger. Omar Calzada there with a hand up. He has nowhere to go. Kruger is going to go 5 count. Turnover, Minneapolis. Omar Calzada that time with a good defensive effort with his mates.
And he just stood there with his hands up, moving his feet a little bit to shadow the ball, and the kid had no place to throw it.
Once you get past that temptation to reach in a situation like that and bail him out, you're pretty good to go, aren't you? Yeah. 4 minutes left. We're halfway through the third quarter. 21-point advantage for Southeast of Saline. Here's Castleman hopping through 2 defenders on his way to the cup, and he'll score again. Connor Castleman has 4. So explosive when he gets moving downhill on that left-hand side. Minneapolis with it now. They'll try to do the same thing. Parks, though, will leave it off on a beautiful pass to Dalton Kruger on the backside. Kruger has 6. Give the assist to Ryan Parks. 45-24. Southeast has it back. 3:27 left to go here in the third quarter. Again, our next action will be Tuesday as we return back home to the Purple Palace. Clay Center will be in town. That's always been a good matchup over the last couple of seasons, both boys and girls. And then no game on Friday as Southeast prepares to wear out the road between Gypsum and Sterling for the Sterling Invitational Tournament. 3 minutes left to go here. Here's Owen Bailey, uncorks a long 3, and he cans it. Owen Bailey with 8 points. 48-24. The lead continues to grow for SES. And a timeout called by Minneapolis. A 30-second timeout. We will step away. 2:45 left to go here in the third. Southeast has Minneapolis doubled up 48-24 here on KINA.
Your local Farmers Insurance agent, Stephanie Kniper, wants to put her experience to work for you. Stephanie Kniper proudly serves Saline County and Salina families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call Farmers Insurance at 785-825-8419 to get smarter about your Farmers Insurance. Farmers Insurance. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
2:45 left to play here in the third quarter. Devin Haney, Francis Flax back here at Minneapolis High School. Southeast of Saline working on a clean sweep tonight. The girls won earlier, 42-37. You can hear all about these games and other games across the state of Kansas. It kind of seemed like I-70 was the dividing point for most games, especially from the central part of the state to the east on what was being postponed and what wasn't as far as weather goes. I know the Wichita area, pretty much all of those were postponed, but Beloit heading to Hoisington tonight, they went ahead and played that one, I think, unless they rubbed it off late.
Yeah, I didn't hear that they canceled that game. I know that Brookville was supposed to go to Harrington, and they called that off.
Mm-hmm. So I think all the NCAA teams were in action and ended up playing tonight as a move to the rim by Ryan Parks. He ends up scoring and gets fouled. 7 points for Ryan Parks. He'll step to the free throw line and look for another. That foul for Gannon Jacobson, his third. Remember, he got 2 right out of the gate. So he's been playing with those. Free throw no good for Parks. Kirby Davis with the rebound. Grady Gebhardt, middle of the floor. He'll leave it off for Jacobson. Now Omar Calzada. Gebhardt. Over to Davis. Here comes Owen Bailey. He'll catch it. Go ahead and shoulder twitch. He'll leave it back out to Davis for an elbow jumper from the right-hand side. And Kirby got the roll. Kirby Davis, his second basket of the game. He has 4. I don't want to say a glorified practice, but at least a chance here to play against a team and maybe work on some of those things that you had in the gym during holiday break, right, Coach? I mean, this is good for them.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, when you're in practice, everybody that you're practicing against knows exactly what you're doing.
Yes, sir.
And here you get a chance to work on some things, smoothing them out that maybe you didn't get accomplished. You worked on it, but you didn't know what the results were going to be.
Yep. Daniel Kerr comes back into the game. He will bring with him brother Isaiah. They'll join Kirby Davis, Grady Gebhardt, Omar Calzada. Calzada, just on cue, steals the inbounds pass and then loses it. Southeast turned it right back over. Got the feet tangled up there a little bit, it looked like. Now Isaiah Kerr trying to get it back, and he does. Isaiah Kerr, the sophomore, in there, generating a steal. 90 seconds left to go in the third. Daniel Kerr going to work. Tried to step through 2 defenders, got fouled. They'll call this foul on the floor. It's just Minneapolis' second team foul in the quarter. So Southeast will have it on their own baseline. Daniel Kerr will go underneath the basket and a chance to run some baseline offense here. Kerr observing. Played into Kirby Davis. Now right back to Daniel for 3. A little step back. That's short. And now a foul called on the rebound against Minneapolis. Will go against Owen Just. That's his second. Both teams now with 3 team fouls in the quarter. Isaiah Kerr with it. Out left-hand side to Grady Gebhardt. Now to Kirby Davis. Back up top to Daniel Kerr. Right now, Minneapolis seems content to just kind of stand on defense.
Yeah, there's not much action there. They're not getting too worried about how they're going to make a comeback. It doesn't look to me like.
Daniel Kerr out to Kirby Davis. Kirby's going to drive out to Omar Calzada. Now to Isaiah Kerr. 3-pointer. Kisses the front of the rim and falls out. 45 seconds left to go. Here comes Minnie back the other way. Parks has it. He'll stop just short of the baseline on the right-hand side. Nearly lost it to Kirby Davis. Now Minneapolis will curl back to the center of the floor. With the reset is Zach Nelson. And now a foul called against Southeast of Saline, their 4th team foul. Will go against Omar Calzada, his second. 30 seconds left to play here in the third. Lob pass into Parks. He'll turn right back around, attack the rim. And a quick change of direction there gets Ryan Parks another bucket. He is leading the way for Minneapolis with 9. Clock down to 18 seconds. Daniel Kerr and Southeast going to play for one last shot. Kerr up top being pressured by Zach Nelson, but at a distance. Here comes Brenton Leeds with the screen. Little pick and roll motion here. Kerr threw it up for Leeds. Southeast wanted the foul off of that one, and Minneapolis will throw it up at the buzzer. No good, and that is the end of the third quarter. 50-28, our score. Southeast of Saline in control of this one as we head to the final period. Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA and also on SalinaPost.com with live stream video presented by Asaria Oil and Hardware.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach right off Crawford and in the Central Mall Salina and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
You poured your heart and soul into the holidays. Then you poured everything else down the drain. Now a bit of post-holiday depression and that terrible, horrendous smell. What is that? That is your septic system backing up into your home, drains, and lives. If you haven't had your septic system pumped out and cleaned in the last 3 years, you are asking for trouble. Call Salina Septic Service today, and we'll make sure you're ready for all things that need to drain. And stay there. Salina Septic Service. Call us today before it's too late.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
50-28, Southeast of Saline leading here by 22 points as we go to the final period. Devin Haney, Francis Flax back here at Minneapolis High School. Gannon Jacobson, right wing, has it, trying to put it into Leeds, and that time Brenton was being double teamed, and that ball slapped out of bounds. It will stay with Southeast.
Yeah, got to put it up there a little higher. He can go up and get it.
Southeast sweeps have been rare so far this season. Of course, they've only had 7 dates, including this one, but the only other sweep that they've had so far this year was on the road at Lindsborg against Smoky Valley. Here's Kirby Davis with his 3rd basket of the night. Kirby Davis with a half a dozen. That is a new career high for him. Scored 5 against Abilene. 6 here tonight thus far. There's Owen Just. His leaner up. No good. Davis with the rebound. Kirby up the right-hand sideline. Comes back to the middle of the floor. He'll stop and give it to Castleman. Castleman getting inside. A little out of control there, but a foul will be called, and it will be whistled against Minneapolis. It's like Aiden Hessman, a sophomore.
It's one of our better third quarters, as I recall, this season.
Yes, sir. Agreed. As you said at halftime, the first 3 minutes of the second half really can set the tone. And Southeast played well during that first 3 minutes. They prompted a timeout for Minneapolis and then just kind of kept it moving.
Yeah, well, we had some nice setup plays for Jacobson, and he hit his shots, and that really helps.
Inside now, Kruger had the basketball. He brought it down, then was tied up by a couple of different Southeast players. The arrow at the table will keep it with Minneapolis. Here's Parks, knifing inside, hit the deck. Here's a three-point attempt that's blocked by Jacobson. This could be showtime for Brenton Leeds as he goes up with the jam. A right-handed jam by Brenton Leeds. Gannon Jacobson knew what kind of situation they were in. Instead of running the 2-on-0 break, he just said, here you go, big fella. Leeds with the jam. Now a rebound that is tipped out of bounds by Minneapolis, and Southeast will get it back. 54-28. Nice little student body here visiting, though, from Southeast. I was happy to see the students come out. I think our student body's bigger than the home team.
Yeah, it looks like it right now.
Of course, they enjoy a good dunk. Got a little spoiled over the last couple of years, didn't we?
Yeah, when you used to get 3 or 4 a game.
Like watching one of your teams in the gym the last couple of years. There's Jacobson for 3. Got another one. Gannon Jacobson with 17. 15 of those coming after the intermission. Now we're knocking on the door of a 30-point game. 29 is the lead for SES. Still 5:57 left to go. High post to Parks. He'll kick it out for a 3. It's no good. Rebound being fought for, won by Minneapolis. And now a 2-pointer scored down low by Dalton Kruger. Way to battle in there for Kruger. He's up against 2 different Trojans.
Yeah, he stayed with it. Made a nice play out of it.
57-30. Here's Kerr getting inside, attacking the rim. That one's going to fall in, and the foul is called. Daniel Kerr has a chance now to get 3 points in the second half. Hit 2 3-pointers right out of the gate in this game. And then just got saddled with those fouls. Had 3 quick fouls. It seemed like he got 3 of them in about 3 minutes.
Yeah. Well, he's got it. We can't afford to have that happen every game.
No. Kerr will step to the free throw line. It's his first free throw attempts tonight. Southeast has only shot 2 free throws in this game. And that one's going to be missed by Daniel Kerr. 8 points, though, for Daniel. 59-30. 5:25 left to go. Southeast of Saline looking for their 3rd win on the season. Talked about the girls and their tough task of Clay Center coming up on Tuesday. Clay Center's boys pretty good, too.
Yeah, that's going to be 2 good ball games on Tuesday night, I think.
There's a kick out and a 3-pointer by Minneapolis. No good. Daniel Kerr will grab the rebound with 5 minutes left to go. Here comes Kerr. He fades off to the right-hand side. Now looking, Brenton Leeds, top of the circle. Brenton's already hit a 3 in this game. There's Connor Castleman. Little ball fake. He'll get to the rim, and there's the 31-point advantage for Southeast. Nice looking play there by Connor Castleman. He has a half a dozen now.
Nice soft touch on that little runner there.
Nothing builds your confidence like scoring. I know that, and it's right now pretty good for Southeast of Saline. They've had 7 players, and they're all scoring more than 1 basket. So hopefully this can carry on.
Yeah, I think, Devin, I think the telltale is going to be on our game Tuesday night.
Yes.
See if this carried over or not.
Here's Daniel Kerr in transition, getting to the rim and scoring. Of course, not everyone, but a few key pieces here and there carry over from the football field, and Boy, that was a game, too, and you can't tell me Clay Center's still happy about Southeast of Saline taking the first victory in their brand new stadium. 63-30. There's a shot up by Minneapolis. That's no good. Boy, Clay Center, though, what a football season they had in Class 3A. And this timeout by Bryson Flax is going to be for substitution purposes. So he tries to get everybody checked in and settled in for the last 3:46. Sam Knopf, Kirby Davis, Owen Bailey, Grady Gebhardt, Isaiah Kerr all checking in for Southeast.
Good to see. That was my favorite part of last year. Remember me telling you that?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Well, not a ton of guys on the bench either. 9
No.
guys tonight on the bench. Well, they got 10. So everybody's played. Everybody's had a chance to score, it seems like. Just a couple of guys left here to score. So it's 63-30. 3:15 left to go. Don't forget about the scoreboard show tonight from 10 until 11 o'clock on KINA. That's brought to you by Holm Automotive Centers and also Saline Surgical Hospital. Grady Gebhardt with another offensive rebound. He'll kick it out to Owen Bailey. His three-pointer rattles off no good. And now a rebounding foul will be called here. And I think we'll stay here. I think it's on Minneapolis again.
Yeah, it is. I think it's on Just, I believe.
That's the second one of those that he's had like that. He has 3 total fouls now. And the third team foul against Minneapolis in the quarter. Kirby Davis off the inbounds has it. He'll hand it off to Gebhardt. Grady just moving a little too fast there. Commits the first turnover of the fourth quarter for Southeast. 63-30. Clock continues to run now. 2.5 minutes left to go. One thing I don't think we'll have to battle leaving here is the traffic.
Well, you're gonna have to watch the. It might be a little slick out there.
Yeah.
Especially in town. I don't think the roads on the highways are going to be bad because they have those heavily treated.
Just slow down, take your time, right, Coach?
That's right.
Come back. We want to see everybody on Tuesday. Kirby Davis squared up, thought about the 3, then hands it off to Isaiah Kerr. Isaiah not interested.
I want to see Gebhardt shoot.
Yeah. Grady will swing it over to Owen Bailey. This group has taken it now inside 2 minutes. There's Sam Knopf for a 3. That's no good. Kirby Davis with a rebound and a stick back. Kirby Davis continues to extend his career high on the varsity floor. Now he has 8. 1:33 left to go. There's Minneapolis coming down the floor. Their shot missing. Boy, it's been a tough shooting night for Owen Just, their leading scorer. There's Owen Bailey now in transition. Little dipsy-do back and forth with the basketball. Kept it moving on his way to the rim. Now he's in double digits with 10.
You know, he can score at the rim, and when he's not hitting that 3, I wish he would do that more often.
He has great control, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. And he can finish from the left side, the right side. It doesn't make any difference.
Near steal by Owen up top. Now a near steal by Isaiah Kerr. This group continues to play defense with 1 minute left to go in a 37-point game. Bailey gets the steal, tight ropes the sideline, goes behind his back all the way to the cup, tried to put it in reverse and finished with the left hand, and he couldn't get it to go. Back the other way we go. Minneapolis ends up with a layup on their end. That will be Dalton Kruger. He has 10. Leading scorer for Minneapolis on the night. 67-32. Owen Bailey came across the timeline, saw the stop sign. Now we'll set up a play as they'll spread everybody out here around the perimeter. Kirby Davis with it. Knopf.
I think that's going to be it.
Looks like it's going to be it. Gebhardt to Knopf. Clock down to 12. 67-32. Looks like it will be our final score. And a good first game of the new year for Southeast of Saline as they get their third. And they also picked a league road win, 67-32 over the Minneapolis Lions. Minneapolis, they'll drop to 1-7 overall, 1-3 in league play. When we come back here on Postgame, we'll go over scoring for you. We'll also pick a Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game as we come through Postgame. Coming up next, it's brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers. 67-32. It's a clean sweep for Southeast of Saline here tonight in Minneapolis.